It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Well, hi, everybody. Good evening and welcome into the Sports Zone's Game of the Week broadcast from Paul Moro Stadium at Blue Ridge High School as we get ready to get underway with our broadcast coverage of this big matchup between Blue Ridge and Round Valley. They are going to honor the fallen first responders from that terrible accident on Sunday night with a moment of silence here at Blue Ridge High School.
Thank you.
And it was on that Sunday night
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to tonight's
two
contest.
EMS personnel
We, the players,
driving an
ask you to
ambulance
watch and cheer for your team in the spirit
back
of
from
good
Phoenix.
sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is an individual responsibility.
We're involved in a head-on collision,
spectator behavior should
and those two
represent
individuals,
respect for the
Brenna
opponent,
and Damon, are
spectators, coaches, and
hearts
game
go out
officials,
to their families.
as well as your school.
And we
its
do welcome you into
tonight's official.
Tonight's coverage of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Folks, my name is Floyd Simmons, and I'm joined by Trey Schneider as we get set to bring you this one, a big one, and it's the 2-2 Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets trying to right the ship after two consecutive losses, close ones, but they lost the last two games. And they want to win a homecoming matchup tonight against the undefeated 4-0 Round Valley Elks. Well, Trey Schneider, two teams right here. The history between them is well chronicled. And here in this game tonight, I think you get a surprise matchup because going into the season after the Yellow Jackets lost two, maybe arguably their two best skilled players they have on the football team, a quarterback and a combination wide receiver defensive back, and just two great athletes. Lost them. It looked like Blue Ridge might be in some trouble. But they have played great football. They win their first two games of the year, and then they come out and they play tough against Valley Christian, and then last week played tough against Prisman. This Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets team has rallied, and you see one of the reasons, the guy celebrating there as they broke from the coin toss. Brax Clough taking over at quarterback. He's not big, but he's mighty, and he's always had a huge heart, and it's going to be fun to watch him challenge that Round Valley defense tonight.
Yeah, and having a guy like that you see him, he's super excited for this game. He's not looking at records, and I think that's a good thing that's going to be big for Blue Ridge tonight is not worry about records, not worry about what happened in prior weeks, because right now the only thing you can control is the team that's on the opposite end of the field from you, and right now they look extremely excited to get this game underway and show what they can do.
And I'm going to apologize right from the get-go. The PA is turned up to 11, and there's a speaker that's just right next to our broadcast location. I don't know. That just seems to be happening more and more and more. So, we might even just take a break here in a little while and let somebody else do the play-by-play. He doesn't know he's going to do it. We might let that happen here during the broadcast. But we welcome you in, everybody, and we thank you for joining us tonight as we get things going here at Paul Moro Stadium. And, one of the things, coming to a brand new year, one of the things that should be noticeable to you on camera is that this Yellow Jackets playing surface is the best I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it in this kind of condition. It's for a grass field this high in elevation, it's beautiful out there.
Oh, it is fantastic. I was actually talking to someone before the game. Paul Moro Stadium is my favorite football field in all of the White Mountains. Sorry to my family and friends in Snowflake, but this field is absolutely beautiful, and this atmosphere is very conducive to great football.
Well, it's a little shocking to hear you say that, to be honest with you. And why is it? Why do you love Moro Stadium?
I mean, always the vibes here are fantastic. It's a place you want to play as a football player with all the rich history. But on top of that, you've got these beautiful trees all around. And this playing field, as you mentioned, especially tonight, looks very beautiful.
Rained a lot earlier in the day, but with this line drive kickoff fielded and what looks like a slippery surface, not raining now. And the return is going to come from the 11-yard line out across the 20 to about the 25, 26-yard line. That is where that quarterback that we talked about just a moment ago for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, Brax Clough, is going to lead that Yellow Jacket offense out on the field here to get it going. The Yellow Jackets, with the change in personnel, with the transfers during the summertime, they have opted to go with that, and you see it right there, that double wing offense influenced in part by the Alsace Falcons. And for Eric Halmerson, one of his assistant coaches, Brandon Newcomb, as the Yellow Jackets will take it right up the middle for a gain of 6 on first down, and that's what you want to do. If you're the Yellow Jackets and you can pick up 4 to 6 yards every time you run the ball on that play, you're gonna be just fine.
Oh yeah, we talked a lot last week about staying ahead of schedule, and that's exactly what they did there, and that's going to be huge if they want to pull out a win this week.
And they'll toss it and cut it up and get the first down. Contact is made, and the ball is going to carry out for Carlo Harris across the 40-yard line. So a nice gain by Carlo. The ball is at we'll call it the 41-yard line, and on the second tote from scrimmage, the Yellow Jackets have their first down.
Yeah, doing my research this week, Carlo Harris seems like their guy. They want to get him the ball as often as possible and allow him to make big plays out in the field.
He gained 9 yards on the last play, and Harris is going to battle his way to midfield. He goes down right at the 50 for a gain of 9 on this effort. So back-to-back gains of 9 yards for Carlo, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered as we get this Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week underway here from Blue Ridge High School.
Yeah, great job by that offensive line and really all other players besides Carlo Harris. I mean, he ran hard for sure, but great job, great push by that front to give him 3 yards of solid gaining.
Toss it to Carlo again. This time, Round Valley is up to the task, and the entire interior defense is going to meet him in the backfield. And for the first time, Blue Ridge is sent the wrong direction. Instead of picking up that first down, they're going to lose about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 now.
Yeah, they ran that play 3 times in a row. Why go away from it? But that time it came back to bite them as Round Valley did a great job getting in there, recognizing that they're doing the same thing again and blowing that up in the backfield.
So the -2 on that play brings up this crucial early 3rd down, and it's Carlo Harris again, and that defensive line pushed the blockers back into Carlo for a second. He's able to bounce it outside, and Carlo does convert for the first down. So he needed about 3 yards, and he got 4 on the play. That'll move the chains, and the Yellow Jackets are now in Round Valley territory.
I mean, that's all heart there from Carlo Harris. He got blown up in the backfield, kept his feet moving, found himself free of the tackle, and just kept going.
Carlo is nothing if he's not tough, and he's one of the toughest customers you're ever going to run into. They'll toss it to the other wing this time, and that is going to be a gain again for the Yellow Jackets, as early on the Round Valley defense is a little frustrated. Tank Hamblin on the carry. You got to love the name. And he ran exactly like a Sherman tank right there, gaining about 6 on the play.
I'm glad you said that, because that was going to be my line there. He certainly ran like a tank through that hole. And if you're Round Valley right now, you've got to show some resiliency. You came off of a good game last week, and they've got to bring more of that here.
They will toss it and get the first down. Yeah, that's going to be good for a first down by the 4 yards necessary plus a couple. So how about a gain of 6 there on that play, as once again the Yellow Jackets toss it and they give it to a new guy. Brecken Sarche this time is able to get his first carry and take it to the 26-yard line. It's another Yellow Jacket first down.
Yeah, one thing I was wary of in my research this week is it doesn't appear that Blue Ridge likes to throw the ball a whole lot, and I was worried that being that one-dimensional might be a problem for them, but right now it hasn't shown to be.
Carlo Harris doing it again, and Harris is going to reach the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 yards. Well, you know, obviously Round Valley is going to have to find an adjustment here. It's early in the game, so not a lot of worry yet, but at some point they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with that front, what they're going to do in response to the Yellow Jackets running right between the tackles each and every time. And 5 yards a pop is, boy, that's awfully successful so far for the Jackets. Again, they're at the 31-yard line, and they will toss it. And this will come up short of the first down, but it will be short yardage to go, maybe a yard shy. That's a 3-yard gain on that play. Make it a 4-yard pickup. It is third down and a yard to go.
Yeah, one thing that I would say that was a sign of weakness last week for this Round Valley team is St. John's continued to run that quick handoff right up the middle, and that didn't really get resolved by Round Valley. And this week it's happening again.
Third down, big situation. Both wings in motion, and it's Carlo Harris. And Harris is going to spin forward and get that first down. Another nice pickup, about a gain of 1.5 yards on the play. They'll mark him. Well, okay, there was a penalty marker down. So it looks like instead of the pickup and instead of first down, they're going to go back 5 yards, make it third down and 6. So it was 2 guys in motion. And I was a little confused because I just came off of a season with the Indoor Football League where you get to put 2 guys in motion, and they can actually go in motion toward the line. So I was a little confused when I saw the 2 wings move. And indeed, 2 men in motion is the first penalty of the game.
Yeah, I thought they had changed the rules on me.
It's Carlo Harris. Now they run the trap, and it's wide open around the left side. Well executed by the Yellow Jackets, untouched for a Jackets touchdown to open up the scoring tonight.
What a run there from Brecken Sarchet. I mean, they ran the fake pitch that they've been running and getting 5 yards a pop on, and Round Valley committed to that. They knew that that's what they've been doing. They wanted to get there and stop it. Great play call there to fake that and give it to a wingback running the other way. And, I mean, he was untouched. I don't think anyone was within 5 yards of him.
And that was Brecken Sarchet with the carry for the touchdown, and the attempt at the 2-point conversion by Carlo Harris is going to come up short. Watch the touchdown run again before we go out to a break. And that's what you love. You love to go the distance, not get touched by that defense. Extremely well executed by the Yellow Jackets. And Round Valley trying to sell out and stop that run through the middle. You get fooled on the misdirection. So with 6:47 on the clock, first quarter, Blue Ridge 6, Round Valley nothing. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
It's Deal or Better Deal. Only at Hatch Toyota in Show. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then play Deal or Better Deal. We've got 15 briefcases loaded with bonus discounts from $300 to a whopping $3,000. Pick your case, open it up, boom, $800 in additional savings. Now here's the twist. Keep it or risk it and go for a better deal. You can keep going until you say Deal or drop below your last pick. Financing starting at 0% for 72 months and payment starting at just $189 a month at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
At the Furniture Gallery, we just don't sell lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals. We sell the good life. We'll do whatever it takes to make your house feel like a home, short of tucking you in at night. Comfort guaranteed, style on point. Because once you sit down, you'll never want to stand up. And that's exactly how we make our customers for life. The Furniture Gallery, the champions of comfort.
So the Yellow Jackets, they open up the scoring, and here is a onside kick attempt, and the Yellow Jackets have made the recovery. Blue Ridge has the football. Daniel Rodriguez was all over it, and the Jackets get some early momentum. The touchdown, and now they'll have possession of the football.
Yeah, just last week, Round Valley was actually the recipient of 2 onside kicks that went their way, and surprising to see one so early in this game, but obviously it worked. And it's hard to score when your offense isn't on the field. So great job from Blue Ridge to be aggressive and keep that momentum on their side.
So look at this. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket offense is going to get an opportunity, but they'll take a timeout. I think we stay here, right? Okay, so we'll stay for the balance of the quarter. 6:39 on the clock here in the first period. Those listening on radio, thanks for being with us. They're on Mix 98, KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, which is all part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Thank you to our sponsors that make it possible. Big thank you to Perkins Cinders. At Perkins Cinders, you can get a load of this. And Perkins Cinders joins us here at the Friday Night Football Show to present the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. And earlier today during the show, we announced 2 new names that are going in and will be inducted soon into the Hall of Fame. Did you catch those names today?
I turned it on right afterwards because you were talking about some of the other big names that didn't make it.
You missed.
Yeah.
You missed out. All right. Well, we're going to tell you exactly who those 2 people are right after this first down run by the Yellow Jackets. I'm just predicting they're going to run the football, and they will. They'll run that same trap, and it's Brecken Sarche again. This time he'll bounce off a tackle, keep it going, and he's down to the 15-yard line. Well, that play right there has got to have Brad Baca, the head coach, very frustrated for Round Valley. What a run, and the Elks, they've got some defensive answering to do.
Yeah. But credit to Sarche there. That was probably the best run I've seen from a high school football player. From breaking tackles to staying in bounds, he did all the things right, and I think that run had an element of all the things that you try to teach when you are teaching a running back.
So from the 49 to the 15, that's a 34-yard run with the football. And Sarche, I think Sarche has carried the ball maybe 3 times now. We don't have stats for you, but I do know this. On the last 2 carries put together, Brecken Sarche has a smooth 70 yards rushing and a touchdown on 2 carries, and we're at the halfway mark of the first quarter. So that offense is really motoring right now. Here's a toss, and it goes inside the 10-yard line after the 5-yard mark off a moment ago. And it's Harris on the carry. It'll bring up second down and goal after he is able to move the ball 3 yards in the forward direction. So let me tell you about those 2 players whose names will be etched in history here in the White Mountains. From the St. John's Redskins, Shad Bride.
Okay.
Shad Bride is going to go into the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. And one more name to announce after this second down play coming up. Second and short, toss it, left side. And that is Brecken Sarche breaking tackles and carrying his way into the end zone. Sarche's got his second touchdown of the first quarter, and Blue Ridge is on the board again.
Brecken Sarche takes us across the line for another touchdown, Blue Ridge.
So right now, if I'm Round Valley, I'm looking at my defensive front, and I'm looking at my linebackers, and they've got to go back to the basics. They've got to find gaps and fill them, because right now that's where they're getting beat.
Nobody really likes to run this offense, and I'll tell you this, nobody likes to defend this offense. It's Alchese ran it for a long time, and when teams had to play Alchese, you know, a good quality 3A team most of the time beat the Falcons. But at the end of the game, they were just glad to have the game over, because you get those line splits that are non-existent. It's heel to heel. You jam them in there, and you know what? On defense, you've got to try and match that kind of head up, don't you?
Yeah.
And you have to try to just create a massive traffic jam at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and honestly, that's not even what's happening right now. I think that right now they're maybe trying to do too much. They're trying to stick to a certain strategy, and it's not working right now. Not to say that the coaches need to abandon it, because that's their call to make. But if I'm Round Valley, I've got to start showing some tenacity. If I'm one of those front 8 guys, if I'm one of those linebackers, if I'm one of those front 4, because it comes down to pride at this point, and you've got to want it a little bit more than what they've shown.
So the Yellow Jackets, they come out, take the opening kickoff, and they drive the ball 74 yards for the first score of the game, and in the process, they burn 5 minutes and 13 seconds of clock. Then they get the onside kick recovery, a long run from scrimmage by Sarche to set them up on the 15. A penalty moves it to the 10. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone, and Sarche's got his second touchdown today. Here's a return around the left side, and there's a very familiar face from last week's Round Valley victory. He was one of our players of the game, and he's got blazing speed. Brody Crick returns the kick, and Brody takes it out to the 44-yard line. It's first down for Round Valley. We get to see their offense finally and for a first time today.
Yeah, great run from Brody Crick there. Very confident run to give him great field position to start there, right there at the 44. So good place to start.
And the quarterback is Cage Finch. Round Valley will run their spread, a completely diametrically opposed offense to what the Yellow Jackets are running. And Blue Ridge will meet the runner right in the middle. That's Brody Crick carrying the football. Couldn't take it far because Tank Hamlin, one of those inside linebackers, was just on the spot, and he tackles him after a yard gain.
Yeah, right now Round Valley is operating with a little bit of a deficit in the momentum department, and so they've got to put together a very clean drive, keep it basic, do the things that you know work, stick to your bread and butter, and try to retake some of this momentum in order to give yourself a fighting chance over the course of 4 quarters.
Second down and 9. Round Valley will operate from their own 45, and they want to throw it. There's a ball down the seam, and the pass is caught. Delivered beautifully. And count that as a first down. It should be a gain of 17, make it 16. 16 yards to the gain, and the ball goes inside Yellow Jacket territory. It's Brenton Walker who hauls it in. I mentioned Brody Crick was one of our players of the game last week. Well, Brenton Walker was the other one, and he makes a great catch and a 16-yard gain. The Elks will give it to Brody. Brody Crick. Boy, it looked like Brody was going to bounce it and spring for a big one, didn't it?
Yep.
Nice open field tackle. It's Mason McGowan is the guy that gets there and keeps him from going to the house with it. But it's a nice pickup, 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, great run there. Those are the kind of plays that it's going to take, the extra effort, because he was hit quicker or sooner in the play, but he refused to go down and picked up a couple extra yards. And if you're Round Valley, that's what you need right now.
So now second down the situation, second and a couple to go. And the Elks, they want to throw the football. And Cage Finch is going to break the pocket, take off and run the left side. Is that a penalty marker? Maybe not. I thought I saw something fly, and I was wrong on that. So for the Round Valley offense, that'll be a first down as Cage couldn't find anybody downfield. He went ahead and did things on his own, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, I think that was a great decision there from Cage. Didn't look like there was much going on downfield, and noticed an opening there to his left, broke away, and did a good job running hard. It looks like he's wearing a knee brace, so I would have liked to see him get out of bounds, avoid taking a bigger hit than he needs to.
15 yards, the pickup on that play. Brody Crick bounces it left side. He gets a block in the back on that edge, so it wasn't going anywhere anyway. He got to about the line of scrimmage before being brought down in front of the Round Valley bench, but somebody with an illegal block, and it was pretty obvious to the entire stadium what happened on that edge, so no argument from Round Valley, and that'll be marked off. That'll be a 10-yard step off, 15-yard step off, pardon me. No, they're going to mark it 10. 10 from the spot of the foul, and it is back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty. If you're Brenton Walker, you've been playing this game for 4 years now in high school, and you know better than that to get back in his shoulder pads there. At that point, just try to stay in his way and let your running back bounce around you.
So first and 21. Here's the throw over the middle. That is caught by the freshman. He is going to get hit, but not before he hauls it in. That is a big gain on the play for Jackson Crick, and he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like Cage Finch is signaling for a sub there for Jackson. I think that he's trying to show he's tough, which he is. He is a tough kid. But I think that Cage Finch is saying to give me somebody else who maybe isn't as shook up right now, but he's going to stay in the game.
So big gain of 22 on the play. And Round Valley will give it to Brody Crick. Bounces it out left side. He's racing. He is in! And it's a Round Valley touchdown.
Touchdown by Cody
9 yards on the run.
Brody Crick.
Well, you're probably hearing some static there, everybody. And that static is coming from one of our microphones. I can turn that down for a little bit. And then we'll see if we can go about fixing that situation. Because we want that microphone. Maybe we'll get that microphone back here in a little bit. Meanwhile, The Round Valley Elks, with 2:56 on the clock, are able to get points on the board, and they will fail on the point after. So these teams are combined 0 for 3 on trying to get the points after in this game. So 12-6 is our score. Round Valley with this Brody Crick answer. And he does get this time a great block on the edge. So Brenton Walker guilty of the block in the back, and he said, okay, guys, I'll clean it up. And he threw Crick a great block to spring him for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was the block that freed him up for the touchdown there. So, you know, when you've played and you're a wide receiver like that, you occasionally get called for a few of those different kinds of illegal blocks. But you know, as a veteran on this team, he definitely was able to clean that up and make a great block, and that's what you love to see.
Well, a big thank you to our sponsoring partners that make it possible for us to bring you this great coverage here on the Sports Zone Radio YouTube channel, as well as on Mix 98 KRFM. And among those partners of ours includes a brand new partner here in 2025, just joining us, Owens Energy. And a big thank you to Owens Energy. They are your go-to for propane services. And you know what? For a 5th consecutive year, they have been voted the best propane company in the White Mountains in the best of the best voting. Let's put it that way. Here's that little kick, that pooch kick that troubled St. John so much last week, and it's picked up, and this one's going back the other way, and that's a lot of speed down the sideline, and pushed out of bounds near the 10-yard line with a huge return is Brax Clough. Wow, the Yellow Jackets with a monster answer after that touchdown from Round Valley a moment ago.
Yeah, Round Valley did a great job of creating a little bit of momentum for themselves, and Round Valley came back out and said, never mind. Went and took some of that back.
How about Brax Clough and that touchdown-saving tackle by Walker? Saves this one, but the ball gets right to the 10-yard line. So, 1st and goal, Yellow Jackets. And I'm telling you, it is, to me, this scheme is just being run to perfection by Blue Ridge. You got to love it. We've seen it before. We talk about Alcisse doing it a lot. But another team I'll tell you about standing out with it, I'll mention that here in a moment. First, we see the toss and a cutback, and Carlo Harris is in the end zone, and he's got another Yellow Jacket touchdown. And I got to say, Round Valley has no answer for the double wing with their defense.
No, they don't. And it's hard because they're sending a lot of linemen, they're sending a lot of other blockers into where the primary motion of the offense is going, and they are trying to sell out to try to stop that. But like we saw there, just even a single cutback found him walking into the end zone untouched.
Harris again, and he is going to get stood up before he can crack the line, so he fails to get it again. Interesting that the Yellow Jackets have done that kind of stuff right there you see on your replay. They have been able to effectively run the ball, get in the red zone. They haven't been plugged up or stopped. They've got the ball in all 3 times they've been in the red zone, but they can't seem to convert on the 2-point try. All of a sudden, Round Valley has the defense is there, and they make the great stop every time.
Yeah, they find the answer on the two-point conversions, but maybe you want to find that during the drive. If I'm the Round Valley coach, see what's working there. You want to tell them, hey, we need to be doing that on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, not just on the 2-point conversions.
Thank you to our sponsoring partners of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, and this, the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Big thanks goes out to Hatch Concrete as well. Hatch Concrete. This mud's for you at Hatch Concrete. And thanks as well to Cellular One of Northeast Arizona. Cellular One's been with us from the very beginning and still with us all these years. Can't say thank you enough. It speaks for itself. If Cellular One has been there for all this time, as has, by the way, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, well, then it says something about the show. So if you're a business and you'd like to consider joining our team, I think we have one remaining spot, one spot that we could accommodate, and we don't want to take on any more than that. We want you to get your money's worth. Here is a Yellow Jacket kickoff that checks up at the 25-yard line. Brody Crick is going to get to that sideline before he goes out of bounds. And it will be first down for the Round Valley Elks. Well, Blue Ridge has just got to feel good about themselves. They're playing a team that here at the Friday Night Football Show, and many people have called a favorite to win the region. And here come the Yellow Jackets out. And they are a perfect 3 for 3 on possessions with the football, getting the ball into the end zone. And an 18-6 lead right now here in the first quarter. And for the Elks, it's Cage Finch at quarterback. So he'll line him up. He'll work from the shotgun. Very modern offense run by Round Valley, while the Jackets run something from yesteryear. And here's Finch to break the pocket again. And Finch is going to get hit and knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. That'll be right in front of the Round Valley bench. And he is out to about the 44-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, great job by those guys up front. They did allow a little bit more penetration that you'd like to see if you're the quarterback. But once Cage Finch realized he needed to get out of there, great job by those offensive linemen by not holding on to the defender or providing a different kind of illegal block.
So far in the game, the defenses have not been able to contain any of the offense yet. But Round Valley's only had the ball for one possession preceding this one. The Yellow Jackets, they got the ball first and then got it again on the onside kick recovery. And now it will be a 9-yard pickup for a first down.
Yeah, J.J. Logan, great catch. Way to just get upfield. Sometimes with those curl routes, receivers, they don't want to get hit. They try to make a move and they end up losing yards. You'll see J.J. Logan right here just turned right upfield regardless of what was coming at him.
Sarche and Clough on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, but it is a first down that moves the ball into Jackets territory. Ball at the 48-yard line. Solo receiver to the right of the formation this time for Round Valley. And they'll test the middle of the Yellow Jacket defense with Brody Crick.
Tackle made
Chopped those
by
feet,
Waylon Peters
tried to
and
get
Danny
something
Gonzalez
going, but he
Jackets.
was unable to get more than 2 on the play. 2 yards picked up. Second down 8 coming up.
Yeah, and these are the kind of runs you like to see. You know, they're not flashy. They're not something that you'll go back and put on the highlight film, but these are the kind of runs that over the course of a game are going to help Round Valley establish the run game and the pass game as well.
The Elks, same formation. Roll left. Cage Finch looking upfield, taking his time, and then he is going to escape but slip and go down with about a 5-yard pickup on the play. It looks like he's going to come up just shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, great job on that rollout. Again, that front right there, as you watch this replay, you're going to see the left tackle right here. He's going to lay a hit on 21 right here. Oh, no, that was Jackson Crick. He was a wide receiver lined up, and maybe they kept him in to help provide some protection right there. But what a big hit from the freshman.
I guess we're figuring out why he gets on the field so much, aren't we?
Yes.
That is a man-child right there, just a freshman. Here's a whistle. Stop the play. Illegal procedure on the offense. So they're going to step off 5 yards. And instead of third down and 3, it's going to be third down and 8 to go. All just outside the 45-yard line. And we're down to 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We should see the final play of the quarter coming up right here. And we'll find out if the Yellow Jackets can carry a 2-touchdown lead into the second quarter. Handoff and a first down. Gain of the 8 yards needed on the play. And they'll stop the clock to move the chains, but I don't know if Round Valley will be able to snap another. We're down to 8 seconds as it starts ticking down now, and it doesn't look like they're going to get another snap off. So we'll let the quarter end, everybody, and it's Blue Ridge 18, Round Valley 6 in this big 3A Mountain Region matchup between these two teams. The second quarter on the way. Stand by. The Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
The all-new 2025 Toyota Tacoma is here at Hatch Toyota, and it's tougher, smarter, and bolder than ever. It's built to handle Arizona's wildest terrain. Drive one home for as low as $269 a month. Plus, it's deal or better deal. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then take your shot at bonus savings with 15 mystery briefcases. Each holds a hidden discount from $300 to $3,000. Only at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
It started with a dream. Simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
Big thank you to our sponsoring partners of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Thanks goes out to Beeman Well Drilling. Paul Wyatt and the good people at Beeman Well Drilling helping us bring you this coverage from Blue Ridge High School tonight. And a big thank you to the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake as well, to David and Tiffany Black and the good people at the Furniture Gallery in Snowflake. Here's the give, and a nice bounce outside. Brody Crick, and then he gets nicely form tackled at the end of the run. Defensively is Cruz Ashcraft. Is that number 21? Is there a 21? Yeah, no, maybe not. Yeah, there is a 21. I've got that as Cruz Ashcraft stepping up right about.
Oh, number 11.
Oh, Cruz he is the guy that piled on afterward. So let's correct it so that the guy gets credit. Mason McGowan with that beautiful tackle. But a gain on the play for Crick, 7 yards. Brody again. Right side, and Brody trying to get that 3 yards. He's going to end up with 2 on the play. It'll be short of the first down, third down, and very short to go.
Yeah, he's running hard, but I think that as a running back, you've got to get yourself upfield. I think that there was 1 or 2 lanes that he could have taken that I think would have resulted in a first down, but nonetheless, great hard run.
If you're the Yellow Jackets, you love to see Round Valley running the football just like you are. Part of the thing you do with the double wing is you're trying, as we watch a blitz come from the near side, a run blitz by the Yellow Jackets. But
tackle by Blue Ridge.
That is not going to prevent a Round Valley first down. 3 yards gained on the play, and I believe that was Brody again picking up the necessary yardage to move the chains. But again, if you're running a double wing, one of the things you're trying to do is you're trying to shorten the game if you can. And we have certainly seen that here. The clock keeps on running, and that's a huge benefit to a team that, like the Yellow Jackets, who are making no bones about it. They're going to run the football as much as they possibly can. From the shotgun, empty backfield. And looking left first, but then throwing it to the right to Brody Crick. It's Cage Finch. That's a catch. And Brody's got a 25-yard Round Valley touchdown. How about Brody Crick stepping up and making that great catch?
Great job there from Cage Finch, escaping pressure. Blue Ridge had a great push through the middle of that line and just redirecting traffic. Notice that the corner on that side was playing very close to the line of scrimmage, and the safety was sitting in the back of the end zone. And so he just had Brody run into a little open pocket of space there, hit him, and the rest is history, as we have now seen.
Round Valley will go for 2. Here comes pressure. Here's the throw. Diving attempt. And the catch is made. And Round Valley's fans are going to respond. They love it, and they ought to. That was a great catch by J.J. Logan to convert the 2 points. And Round Valley gets to within 4 points here now on the scoreboard. It's Blue Ridge 18, Round Valley 14. Stand by, everybody. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Well, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have been making a statement early on in this one, but there's a big answer right there on the touchdown. So Brody Crick, and then the 2-point conversion, the diving catch made by J.J. Logan. Blue Ridge on the return, and a good return out across the 40-yard line. That one is going to go to about the 42-yard line. It's Brecken Sarche there, that jersey number 5, carrying it back out, and it will be a first down for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to operate from their own 42-yard line. You know, before the touchdown for Round Valley, didn't it seem way bigger, the separation between the teams? All of a sudden, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and this game has changed quite a bit. Here's a carry by Carlo Harris, and he is going to meet most of that defense right there. And they punish him in the process. He came down hard, but he did pick up 2 yards on the play for the Jackets.
Yeah, that was a good hard run and a big hit. Great job there. That's kind of the answer if you're a Round Valley fan or the coaches or the players. That's the kind of answer you want to see. That's what they've been running all night, and you held them to 2 yards. And the more that these boys start to recognize the plays, the more they'll be able to stop it sooner and sooner.
Jackets set it up. Braxton Clough will toss it to Sarche. He's got 2 touchdown runs, and this time did he lose the football?
Hard to see what happened,
but he did gain 6, and he's right near midfield with that. Let's watch the finish here. Right into the living room right there. So it comes out on contact with the ground. I feel like we're at a baseball game all of a sudden. 3rd down and a long 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Nose of the football just shy of midfield. Toss it left side. That's Tank Hamlin with the carry. And Hamlin's got first down yardage. Gain of 3 on the play. And just like that, the Yellow Jackets, they do that.
First down
3 yards and a cloud of mud. Pick up for the first down.
Yeah, great job. Big, hard run there from Tank. He's not the biggest guy out on that field, but those shoulder pads make him a lot more formidable as a player. But yeah, good hard run. And great job, too, by Round Valley. They didn't let him get a lot of yardage there. Unfortunately, it was short yardage for the first down.
First down, the double wing. Tight formation, and they give it to the fullback this time for a gain of 2 on the play.
For a couple of yards.
So a little wrinkle there, but giving it to the guy in the middle of that. And you see one of those big boys on that defensive line that helped to get involved on the stop. Brendan Brown there, number 78. 6'5", 210.
Yeah, and was that Maverick Harris on that run? I believe it was, number 49.
2nd down and 8. Jackets at Round Valley's 45-yard line. Sarche has it. Sarche is wrapped up, and he'll lose a yard on the play. Great job by that defense, J.J. Logan at the tip of the spear to make that stop.
And here's that momentum we were talking about earlier. Here is Round Valley starting to put together a lot of big plays here on defense, not allowing this crowd to make too big of a difference. And it's going to take this and a few more drives like this defensively in order to really take the crowd out of this game.
And you can hear Round Valley's crowd just coming to life, can't you?
Yes.
3rd down and 9. Will the Jackets put the ball in the air for a first time? Not going to happen. And the run up the middle is diagnosed perfectly. The ball carrier, and for one of the few times we've seen Carter McGowan carry, he got it that time, and he only got 2 yards. So now, 4th down and 7. Some personnel movement for the Yellow Jackets. Remains to be seen if that's a punt team that's coming out on the field.
And now you can start to see that those front 8 from Round Valley, they're playing with a lot of pride and resiliency. They're not letting these runners run all over them like they were earlier in the game.
How about the Yellow Jackets' confidence in their defense, right?
Yeah.
Can't draw the defense offside. Toss it out, and Carlo Harris is going to spin forward. He'll be stopped shy of first down yardage. Gains only 3 on that play. And so the Yellow Jackets will forfeit the football. But they're near midfield. There was really it was a no-brainer. There was no discussion at all going on. No timeout called. What do we do? Let's talk it over. They were not punting at all in that situation.
No, they decided, I think, prior to then that in this part of the field, they're not punting the ball. They wanted to go for it. They want to try to set the tone and get some of that momentum back.
So with 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock in the second quarter, the Yellow Jackets, for a first time today, do not score when they have the football. Round Valley has scored every time they've had the football. Now we're going to see movement by the receiver on the bottom of your screen right there. That was Brenton Walker. So 5 yards will be marked back. And the new line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line of Round Valley. And they've got a first down and 15. Coming up at halftime. At halftime, it's the Mountain Mobile Autoglass and tint.
Oh, dang it, I was late.
Halftime
I'm ready
report.
for it.
Okay, the Mountain Mobile Autoglass and tint.
I was early. I jumped the gun.
Boy,
dang it.
You have no rhythm. You have no rhythm.
And I was in music for years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I do not know why. Let's see. First down 15. And a timeout here with 5:40 on the clock in the second quarter. So we need one, don't we? We'll take a timeout. Back in a moment, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality surface, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
There's a release by Cage Finch and a catch for a modest gain of 6 yards as we bring you back in, everybody, to the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. And trying to get this all situated for you. So that gain of 6 brings them 2nd down and 10 now for Round Valley. And they're going to give it. And Brody Crick is going to get wrapped up in the backfield. That was just fantastic defense. And the guy get there is the junior linebacker called Waylon Peters. And he's able to drop him for a yard loss on the play.
Great job. Shot right through the gap and made a big hit with a great form tackle to wrap him up, bring him down.
So it brings up 3rd down and 11 now, the situation. And Round Valley's offense will go to the double slot. and an empty backfield. And for a moment, plenty of protection. But Cage Finch, he decided he's running all the way, and he's going to break a few tackles in the process and spin across the 40 of Blue Ridge. And for Finch, an electrifying run that the Round Valley fans love, and 24 yards gained in the process.
Yeah, if you watch your replay here, it doesn't look like much is going on, and almost slips up and has the play end right there. But yeah, once he committed to that run, great job on staying on your feet.
3 broken tackles before somebody is able to finally wrap him up, but 24 yards is the result of it all, and the Yellow Jackets back on their heels defensively with that one. And Round Valley at the 37-yard line of Blue Ridge. Under 4 minutes now remaining in the first half. Fake it, throw, ball tipped, catch made. Well, the defensive lineman got hands on it. Might have got 2 hands on it. But that wasn't good enough, and I think that was Walker who ends up bringing it in. Or was that JJ?
That was JJ.
Tackle made by number 61, Nabahi
he did everything he could on the defensive edge there, right? That's Daniel Rodriguez, but how do you defend that?
Yeah, just great job by J.J. Logan, staying on his feet, staying reactive, and going and getting that ball off the tip.
Yeah, and he got 6 yards out of it as well. Handoff, plugged up, and the Yellow Jackets deny anything to the young running back. It's going to be the sophomore carrying the ball this time. Titan Myers gets the first opportunity to run against this Yellow Jacket defense for himself tonight. And guess what? On the play, he loses a couple. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, he had a big game last week, and I'm excited to see him run the ball more here. He was a bruiser last week. He just ran through guys all night long.
So 3rd down and 6 for Round Valley. They have not failed to score with the football when they've had it. They have only had it twice prior to this. Finch escapes one defender, then dumps it off, and boy, what an effort. Ball is just off the fingertips of his intended receiver, J.J. Logan, but J.J. acrobatic out there on the sideline and nearly made a big catch.
Yeah, and at the end of that play, you saw he was very frustrated with himself that he didn't haul that one in, but that might have been play of the night had he hauled it in. That was a fantastic effort just to get hands-on, so hopefully he doesn't let that one hang around in his head for too long. I mean, he had it right there, too.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was right there. It was right there. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Round Valley spend a timeout right here as we bring you the Sports Zone's Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Thanks for being here with us, everybody. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner here, Trey Schneider. And at halftime, it's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tints. Halftime report. You say you were in music.
I played violin for like 5 or 6 years.
You played violin for 5 or 6 years.
I did.
So violin players not required to keep time is what you're trying to tell me.
Maybe that's why I didn't stick with it.
Rhythm is not an expectation. The violin.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, my mom was very big that I was going to learn an instrument, and she put me on the piano, and I told her, no, that's for girls. I regret that decision, because then I went to the violin.
Let's get loud, Blue Ridge!
Apparently you did. Well, guess what? After that play, it's 4th down. It's 4th and 6, and this is a big moment for both teams here in the closing 2 minutes of the first half. Empty backfield. Cage Finch throws down the middle. Catch is made. And it's loose. And it looks like the Yellow Jackets are going to make a recovery. And they do.
We have a fumble on the
After
play,
a
and Blue Ridge
23-yard gain, the ball
Way to
comes
go,
out.
Jacket.
The Yellow Jackets make a recovery on the first turnover of the game by Round Valley. Watch it again. Beautifully done. Walker the catch. Tries to keep it alive. And then the helmet from Carlo Harris right on the football. And the recovery is made. Didn't see the young man on the recovery, but the Yellow Jackets have thwarted that Round Valley efforts.
Yeah, great play from both sides, really. They had the conversion. If you're Round Valley, And I think that we've seen that field seems like it gets pretty wet. And when that ball gets slick as well, it looked like he was trying to get it tucked in, and Carlo Harris with a great form tackle put his helmet right on the ball and knocked it away.
And Carlos is going to get an opportunity to run with the football right here. And the Yellow Jackets looking at that clock, and all they got to do is pick up a first down, and they can take this thing out to halftime. Obviously, they'd love to get 6 on the board, but that offense isn't designed to cover 90 yards, 89 yards in a minute and a half.
No, when this offense was implemented, do you think that there was a such thing as having a 2-minute offense?
I don't think so. No, I think the idea is we've got to somehow try and get the lead and hold the lead.
Yep.
And timeout taken by Blue Ridge to discuss their options right here. They let the clock go down all the way, the play clock go all the way down, and there'll be a minute 12 remaining here in the first half when they go back to it. Well, let's see if we can get some information from you. We don't need a break, do we? No? Okay. See if we can get some information for you on that game going on in Snowflake. And I think we do. Patrick Austin, the Sports Zone's Patrick Austin reports that, and this report is a little bit old now, but at the end of the first quarter, it was Snowflake 14, Catalina Foothills 0 at the end of the first quarter. So a good start for Snowflake. I'm still waiting for a report of Snowflake playing some real good Lobos football. They haven't put it all together yet this year.
Yeah, they have flashes of greatness at different positions at different times, and when that comes together, that's going to be a scary team.
Yeah. No question about it. The White Mountains is just, replete with great football this year. And you're looking at 2 outstanding football teams battling it out here tonight at Paul Moro Stadium. And the Yellow Jackets trying to hold on, going to halftime with the lead. They're up by 4 right now. 18-14 the score. And nothing doing here for Brecken Sarche. He is going to lose maybe 3 yards on the play. He does lose 3. It's 3rd down and 12. And, I got to tell you, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you don't want to give the ball back to Round Valley. You're going to get a short field if you are unable to get a first down right here. And it looks like Round Valley wants to try and spare some time, so they call a timeout. You don't want to give the ball up to Round Valley, especially if you watched any film of the last 2 minutes of last week's Round Valley win over St. John's.
No.
Because you know what the Elks are capable of doing.
Yeah, the Elks offense is designed for big plays. They have speed all over the field, from their quarterbacks to their running backs to their wide receivers. And as we saw last week, for those of you that were with us, just in the span of 50 seconds on the clock, they had 2 touchdowns and 2 onside kick recoveries that completely changed the outcome and the feel of that game.
Was it 4 consecutive plays?
I believe it was.
Not including the points after?
Yeah, if you take away points after, I believe it was 4 consecutive plays.
It was a touchdown pass.
Yeah, and I think that was on 3rd down, and they go in and they score. The kickoff.
They recover the kick.
And then first play out the gate.
Then a touchdown.
And then, Yeah,
that was a pretty dark moment, wasn't it? St. John's going to have nightmares on that one for a while. You take those off the board. You take that off the board. You go into halftime. If you're St. John's down 12-7, that second half, I just think it's a different story.
Yep.
But here we are now. You can't go back and change that. Let's find out what Round Valley can do defensively against the Yellow Jackets, who are working on 3rd down and 12, and they've got a diagnosis for sure. They're going to wrap up Brax Clough, who tried to roll out, tried to bootleg out the near side, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. So call it a no gain for Brax on the play. And all of a sudden, it's 4th down and 12, and the Yellow Jackets will be punting. I make the assumption they will punt from this spot, and it looks like that indeed is what they're going to do. But they're going to punt the ball and give it back to Round Valley with what is, for Round Valley, plenty of time on the clock, plenty of time remaining. Our timeout graphic there suggests that there are 3 timeouts remaining each. I believe that Round Valley's got 1 timeout, and I think Blue Ridge has 2 timeouts.
We've got another timeout called.
And then maybe Round Valley will have no timeouts, unless this was a Yellow Jacket expense, which I don't know right now.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense for either team necessarily to call a timeout right here. I mean, I guess maybe Blue Ridge if you have something up your sleeve that you want to talk about. But real quick, Floyd, before we get back to the call, we forgot to name who that second player was.
We certainly did, and a perfect time here during the timeout. So we announced that Shad Bride of St. John's has been elected into the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. He'll be inducted sometime soon, as you get a great look at the fans in attendance, but that tradition of champions Blue Ridge wall there. Beautiful. Well, who is the other guy that is going into the Hall of Fame? He's a Snowflake Lobo. I'm going to let you guess, Trey. I'm going to let you guess.
Yeah, well, I'll guess after the play.
He's a Snowflake Lobo. You can guess.
Okay.
It's 4th down and 12. And Brax Clough is going to kick the ball away, gets rid of it quickly, end over end, and he angles it out of bounds. You think?
Yeah, just from what I can remember from that list last week, I'm going to go Porter Caldwell.
You think it's Porter Caldwell? Do you?
I hope I'm right.
Porter Caldwell. Let's see. You were you even born in the time frame that Porter played?
Yes, I
must have been a small child.
Because he was early 2000s.
He was, yes.
Yeah, so that would put me probably not even going to school yet, but yes, I was alive.
So you were alive and working your way around the violin at that time.
I was still trying to learn how to walk, I think, at 4 or 5 years old. So I don't know.
Fiddle.
I don't know if I was on the fiddle yet.
The fiddle. Did you play it like a fiddle?
Oh, no, I don't play anymore. I dropped that because I thought I had a future in sports.
Okay. Okay.
And I think I'm doing okay right now with that.
I think you had a future in sports, by the way, and I think you did play. You had a good high school career, and it always frustrated me that you did not go on and do what you were capable of doing at the next level, because you were very capable. Here comes a throw and a catch made. And that's Walker taking the ball inside. It was inside the 15-yard line, but we get a stoppage and a discussion, and the referee, Chuck Copeland, is going to get together with Scott Baker, and they're going to have a talk about some things.
And regardless of what this penalty is, that's a great rebound there from Brenton Walker.
It's the clock. The clock is jacked up, 3.80 seconds. Yeah, there's something way wrong. So Chuck is, okay, it's 38 seconds. That's what it is. It got settled. The ball is at the 13-yard line, so that's a 23-yard pickup on the play. If I'm not mistaken, Round Valley has only missed on one pass today. I'm going to get to that name. I know you're waiting for the name to be announced. I'm just being a little dramatic. I'm holding out here. So it's 1st down, 1st and 10. The ball at the nose of the ball just inside the 13-yard line for Round Valley.
Yeah, and like you said, they haven't missed on a pass.
Just
I think
one
maybe
time,
just once. Yeah.
Yep.
And so I'll be interested to see if they throw it here. I would recommend going for it. You got the field spread.
Brody Crick in motion across the formation. Cage Finch almost looks like a design quarterback draw, and he is going to sprawl across the 10-yard line. They will mark him at the 8-yard line and a gain of 5. So no timeouts for Round Valley, and they've got to hustle up, and they got to clock it, which they do, and stop the clock with 22 seconds remaining here in the half after that pickup right there of 4 yards on that last play. 5 yards-ish. It's 3rd down and 6, so I guess 4 on that last play. So you're looking for a name, are you?
I sure am.
Looking for another name. All right, so Shad Bride of St. John's go in, and it's Porter Caldwell of Snowflake has been elected to the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. More on all that at halftime, everybody. Crick in motion again. And back to throw, rolling left and back across the middle. Ball is tipped. Dangerous decision by Cage Finch. And he probably needs to consider himself very lucky that he and his guys did not just now turn the ball over on that, because you roll left and then you throw back to a busy intersection in the middle of the field. That was almost a disaster on what is an opportunity for Round Valley to take the lead here going into halftime.
Yeah, in my time playing quarterback, I actually had a throw like that, and it ended a lot worse for me and my team because throws like that typically get picked off.
15.7 seconds remain here in the first half. Round Valley knocking on the door. Round Valley inside the 10-yard line, throw toward the corner, and there's some hand fighting, and they're all tied up, and that's going to be a little tall and incomplete, intended for Walker over near the right pylon at the kind of the front of the end zone. So it's incomplete, and just like that, with no time, Round Valley doing what they can to get it in. They turn it over on downs. That was 4th down, and the Yellow Jackets defense holds. And you know what? I'm waiting for this Yellow Jacket crowd to respond, and they just did not. They stayed on their hands after their defense made a monstrous stand right there.
A huge stop. And I feel bad for Cage Finch there. I think that the play call was intended to get Walker to that pylon, because that was the perfect throw, if that's what the intention was. And I think that Walker saw a little pocket that he stepped into, thinking, I'm going to get it right here. And he was looking for that pass interference call, but that was just the defender going to try to make a play on the ball. And so, I mean, all clean there on that front.
Heading into the locker room with your Yellow Jackets up.
Time runs out in the first half. There's going to be a very long, extended halftime here at homecoming for the Yellow Jackets. And, you know, there were people on the Sports Zone team questioning the Yellow Jackets' decision to run their homecoming against Round Valley. I mean, you know, you just don't typically do that. You ask somebody else with a lot less quality football program in for homecoming, but so far, it's working out pretty nicely for Blue Ridge.
Yeah, no, I as I was walking in, I heard some of the fans talking about it being homecoming night, and I thought they were kidding. I really didn't. I did not believe it. And then they started talking about it, and I was, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, so far, you know, Blue Ridge could feel pretty good, and they did a great job in that half. Got out to as much as an 18-6 lead, and they will take an 18-14 lead here at halftime with all the festivities coming up, royalty and everything else. So we're going to get you to stand by, everybody, and we'll break it down on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint.
I was a little better on the time there.
No.
Dang it.
You were not
I
good
felt
on
like
the time.
I was on it.
It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Perfect. Halftime report on the way in a moment. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
It's deal or better deal. Only at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then play deal or better deal. We've got 15 briefcases loaded with bonus discounts from $300 to a whopping $3,000. Pick your case, open it up, boom, $800 in additional savings. Now here's the twist. Keep it or risk it and go for a better deal. You can keep going until you say deal or drop below your last pick. Financing starting at 0% for 72 months and payment starting at just $189 a month at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
It started with a dream. Simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
At the Furniture Gallery, we just don't sell lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals. We sell the good life. We'll do whatever it takes to make your house feel like a home, short of tucking you in at night. Comfort guaranteed, style on point. Because once you sit down, you'll never want to stand up. And that's exactly how we make our customers for life. The Furniture Gallery, the champions of comfort. Step into the world where every bloom tells a story at the Bloom House Floral Design Shop. From enchanting decor to lifelike artificial florals that stay stunning year-round, we craft magic for your home, your holidays, and your biggest moments. Need a custom arrangement or a centerpiece that wows? We'll design it just for you. No fairy godmother required. The Bloom House, located in Pinetop and Sholo, is where imagination blossoms and every day becomes more beautiful.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Indeed, it's halftime, everybody, and we welcome you back on in to the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota, and now the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime reports. Floyd Simmons along with Trey Schneider. And there you see it on the screen if you're watching the video. 18-14 the lead right now for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets over Round Valley. Blue Ridge had as much as an 18-6 advantage at one point, but it was Round Valley scoring a touchdown later on in the second quarter, adding a 2-point conversion, and there you see it, 18-14. Also want to mention that you are listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo. That's the broadcast home of the Friday Night Football Show and the Sports Zone Game of the Week. So we get you back into it. There you go. It's 18-14. We'll run for you the scoring recap from that first half. The Yellow Jackets got the ball first, and they spent 5 minutes and 13 seconds on a 74-yard opening scoring drive. And at the end of it, it was a Brecken Sarche 36-yard touchdown run. He took it on a counter play from the right wing, and Sarche was completely untouched as he raced and displayed his jets going around the left side. Sarche going 36 yards to open up the scoring for the Yellow Jackets, who failed all 3 times they attempted a point after today. But they did have a 6-0 lead with 6:47 on the clock in the first quarter. The Yellow Jackets then got an onside kick recovery. They recovered at the 49-yard line of Round Valley. And then a Brecken Sarche 34-yard run from scrimmage on the first play of that drive. 3 plays into it, it was Sarche again, and this time for a 3-yard touchdown run. Sarche took it in for his second score of the night. That came with 5:26 on the clock in the first quarter, and it made it Blue Ridge 12. And Round Valley, well, zip so far. Well, the Elks got the ball then, and they got a short field, really. I mean, near midfield. They started at their own 44-yard line with their first actual offensive possession of the game, and they were able to go on a 6-play scoring drive that took 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete. And at the end of it was a Brody Crick 9-yard touchdown run. Round Valley failed to get the point after, and the score then was Blue Ridge 12, Round Valley 6. That was not the end of the scoring in the first quarter, because the Yellow Jackets got a great kick return. They took the ball all the way to the 10-yard line. It was Brax Clough with that return. And so the Yellow Jackets got another short field, and on first down, they handed the ball up the middle to Carlo Harris, and Harris got into the scoring act with a 10-yard touchdown run on that very first play. So with 2:40 on the clock in the first quarter, the Yellow Jackets were in the end zone for a third time. You're watching on your screen. If you're watching that, you're watching that kickoff return by Brax to the 10-yard line that set up this touchdown run that you can see on your screen by Carlo Harris that we just described here in our breakdown. So it was 18-6 after the Yellow Jackets didn't get the point. Then it was Round Valley going to work after they got the ball. Round Valley got the ball and went on a 9-play scoring drive. And with 9:51 on the clock in the second quarter, Cage Finch hooked up with Brody Crick. Great job. He rolled out to his right, and he was able to find Crick. Crick with a great catch, and then he took it for the 20-yard touchdown pass reception for Round Valley. And the Elks were able to convert the 2-point conversion on that to make it an 18-14 game. The two teams went back and forth with Round Valley getting a great opportunity to score. They got it inside the red zone with just seconds remaining, but ran out of time, ran out of timeouts, and couldn't stop the clock. They had to rush themselves on their last couple of tries from scrimmage, and they were unable to do anything with it. And then it was the Jackets kneeling down to round out the half. I think if you're Blue Ridge, you got to feel great about where you're at. A week of all of these festivities you get for homecoming, all the distractions that come along with that, and you're playing a great opponent in your region, the 3A Mountain region, and you've got an 18-14 lead over that tough Round Valley team at halftime, Trey Schneider. If you're the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, you have to like your spot right now, don't you?
Oh, for sure. They have not attempted a pass this half. They have built an 18-14 lead without attempting a pass. It has been purely pound on the ground. And I was very skeptical coming into this game about that sort of play style. You know, here in the 21st century, we're all about let's air it out first and let the ground game become more explosive because we're spreading everything out. And these guys, despite that they haven't thrown a single pass or even attempted one, they continue to find ways to make it work. Now, as you mentioned, those last few drives definitely became more of a defensive battle between both of those teams, because both teams, I think, are starting to get comfortable with one another. They're starting to recognize the intricacies of each play, and they're starting to come in and make more and more and bigger plays.
The Young Buck stating here in the 21st century. And that is definitely a 20th century offense that the Yellow Jackets are in. You see it right there, that double wing. And it's just all about, hard nose, straight ahead, though that one was, a designed rollout by the quarterback. But it's straight ahead, hard nose, tough running football up the middle. Burn a lot of clock along the way. And the Yellow Jackets, they're in a pretty good spot right here with the halftime lead here at homecoming. They are on top 18-14. We're going to take a timeout, and when we return, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Friday Night Football show, the Hall of Fame. Let's talk to you more about the couple of players that now have been elected to the Hall of Fame with inductions coming up soon. We do have 2 players elected last year that will be inducted very soon into the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. So more on all of that coming up here in a little bit. We'll get you updates on scores as well from other games just as soon as we can. We'll continue in a moment from Paul Moro Stadium at Blue Ridge High School on homecoming tonight. And Blue Ridge in front by 4. It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Back after this.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
The all-new 2025 Toyota Tacoma is here at Hatch Toyota, and it's tougher, smarter, and bolder than ever. It's built to handle Arizona's wildest terrain. Drive one home for as low as $269 a month. Plus, it's deal or better deal. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then take your shot at bonus savings with 15 mystery briefcases. Each holds a hidden discount from $300 to $3,000. Only at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
At the Furniture Gallery, we just don't sell lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals. We sell the good life. We'll do whatever it takes to make your house feel like a home, short of tucking you in at night. Comfort guaranteed, style on point. Because once you sit down, you'll never want to stand up. And that's exactly how we make our customers for life. The Furniture Gallery, the champions of comfort.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Step into the world where every bloom tells a story at the Bloom House Floral Design Shop. From enchanting decor to lifelike artificial florals that stay stunning year-round, we craft magic for your home, your holidays, and your biggest moments. Need a custom arrangement or a centerpiece that wows? We'll design it just for you. No fairy godmother required. The Bloom House, located in Pinetop and Sholo, is where imagination blossoms and every day becomes more beautiful.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Hey, back here to Blue Ridge High School. Everybody, welcome into the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Blue Ridge 18, Round Valley 14. And you see the clock actually they're counting. It was about to count down the halftime for you. But the situation is this. It is 18-14 Blue Ridge in front. Well, let's venture off on a couple other topics for a quick second. Now, one of those is this. Perhaps my all-time favorite baseball player is retiring after tonight from the Los Angeles Dodgers after spending his entire professional career with the Dodgers, beginning when he joined them as a minor league baseball player and then went on what was one of the greatest 10-year spans of throwing the baseball that you ever saw at the major league level. Plagued with injuries over the last 8 years or so with the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw is throwing his final game tonight. And he is down right now 2-1 in the top of the 4th inning. The Dodgers hosting the San Francisco Giants. Kershaw's given up those 2 runs. He has 4 strikeouts and, unfortunately, 4 walks and 4 hits. 2 earned runs given up so far in 3 1/3 innings thrown for the Dodgers. He's on the mound tonight for the last time ever. And Clayton Kershaw will retire. And I have to say it because you have got to appreciate Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, no, you certainly do. As a Arizona Diamondback fan, as someone who watches a lot of Dodgers games, when you watch the Diamondbacks, because we seem to play them all the time, that was always the guy you didn't want to see in the matchup description.
No question about it. And he is officially retiring after tonight. He is not going to stay with the Dodgers through the final games of the regular season or into the postseason. And I think that is probably the right move, although what I'm looking at here suggests that he's got a 10-2 record. I mean, come on, man. You know, that's pretty good. But a 3.53 ERA this season is way north of his normal, his usual. And his 1.22 whip is also 0.22 higher than about normal. So anyway, Clayton Kershaw's last game. I have to say it because I'm a big Dodger fan and I love Clayton Kershaw, and he just might be my favorite all-time player. That guy there.
Yep,
Clayton. All right, other things to talk about. How about the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame? Now, we have 2 elected members who have not been inducted yet and will be inducted soon, and we have their beautiful crystal trophies standing by. And those 2 players, great players from the past here in the White Mountains, those 2 guys are the great Sholo Cougar quarterback, Rathan Reisdorf, and the outstanding St. John's player and Round Valley coach, Marcus Bell. they have already been elected. They were elected last year. And we just have to find a time in the schedule to get them in so that we can officially induct them into the Hall of Fame. So looking forward to doing that here in the next couple of weeks. And in the meantime, shortly following that will be the induction of the two individuals who were announced earlier today as newly elected into the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame. Porter Caldwell, the Snowflake quarterback from years back, and Shad Bride, who was a running back and a defensive player, a linebacker for St. John's. And if I'm not mistaken, Shad must have graduated in 2012. Seems to be the year that he hung up the cleats, at least as far as playing for St. John's goes. And his numbers are just ridiculous. As a junior, he rushed for 40 touchdowns.
Wow.
As a senior, he rushed for 42 touchdowns. And for a year or two or three, he was the all-time rushing touchdown leader in Arizona history.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
that's a great stat line to have.
Yeah, somebody topped that about 3 years after he first claimed the record. And then somebody else passed him. I can't remember who either one of those names are, but he is right now third all-time in Arizona high school football history. Any level you talk about, third all-time with 102, I believe it is, 102 rushing touchdowns.
Wow,
that
is great.
He knew how to find the end zone.
Yeah, there are guys that just have that instinct. And you see it when they run because they may make a move, but everything is designed to get them into space and get them to break away and make big plays.
Yeah. So I think that those are a couple of no-brainers. But, I mean, there are a number of other people that you can add to that list for consideration right now. And if they were elected and they were the names announced today, you wouldn't be surprised about them either. And I would tell you that one of those names is Josh Weeks.
Yeah, we talked about him last week, and he was I think you asked me who I would have voted in, and he was my vote. He was just a guy that every time you turned on the radio to listen to it, whoever was on the radio, it was always Josh Weeks. Josh Weeks made the play. Josh Weeks with the big-time catch. And just, as a kid who grew up in Snowflake, you don't want to like him, so I was a closeted Josh Weeks fan. But no, it was really cool, and he was one of those guys that, me as I was growing up, because I was, junior high age, maybe a little younger when he was playing. And so for me, I just wanted to be like, well, I want to be like Josh Weeks in that regard where I'm always making a play where they got to call my name.
Yeah, you had to respect him.
Yep.
You had to respect his game. And he was one of those guys who, just because of his style, he got under the skin of the opponents, the fans. And so, but you know what? Try stopping the guy. Try stopping this dude, and you're going to find out just how difficult a proposition that is. So he's a name of a guy that could go into the Hall of Fame at some time in the near future. There is a guy called Paul Johnson, who is the all-time leading rusher in Snowflake Lobo football history. And it's just a matter of time before Paul Johnson gets elected into the Hall of Fame, if you ask me. He's got to go in. There's a name, another Snowflake Lobo, that I just don't know. I got to go do some research to see about his eligibility. Okay? Paul Reynolds. Do you know much about Paul Reynolds?
Yeah, so he was my dad's age. He and my dad were actually really good friends back in the day.
We have two
and that's about all that I know. I know that he was just legend passed down. He was an absolute monster.
He was. And I'll tell you, he was a great quarterback, and he was so effective, and he was a state champion there. But Paul is more known as a great defensive player, more known as a great defensive player, and he went on and he played at ASU as a defender and had a great career there. His son, by the way, he's got a son, and the name escapes me right now, but his son is playing at Queen Creek as the quarterback. And if I'm not mistaken, he is the number one rated quarterback in the country.
Wow.
Number one recruit.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a pretty good NIL payday for that young man.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken as well, because I'm going to say that a lot, because I don't remember, but I believe he's committed to Clemson.
Ooh, wow. Good for him.
I think that's where he's going to go play his college football. So Paul Reynolds, some research needs to be done on his eligibility, but all he had to do was play 1 year in the era.
Yeah.
Might not have done that. but he was close. He was really close. So, we're going to check in on that. But a lot of great names from all these schools. I mean, from Round Valley with some of the, studs they've had over the years, to, of course, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets that they're playing tonight, Snowflake and Sholo, great names. Mogollon's got some legendary names in their history as well, the Mogollon Mustangs. Yep. The Altusay Falcons have 2 running backs that deserve lots of consideration, and I'll throw one of those names. Tyreek Kosei was just incredible. He was incredible. All-time leading rusher, not just at Altusay, but he had a state record of some kind at one point, or he was pushing and nearing the state record. He was a touchdown machine as well. What a great player. Tyreek Kosei will be one of those considered in the future for the Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame, and it's brought to you, and it is made possible by our good friends at Perkins Cinders. We love the partnership, and we appreciate them greatly, and we could not do what we get to do with the Hall of Fame and so many other things without Perkins Cinders. As you see the opening second half kick fielded at the 10-yard line, and Round Valley is going to take it out across the 35, and that one is brought down right at about the 37-yard line as the second half gets underway on this broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Blue Ridge on homecoming hosting the Round Valley Elks. And for the Yellow Jackets, an 18-14 lead that they bring out here in the second half, but it's Round Valley with the football first, and after we recheck it, they've got the ball at the 38-yard line. Floyd Simmons and Trey Schneider here on the call for you. And here come the Elks. We're going to fake it to Brody Crick. Cage Finch around the right side, and a great open field tackle by Brecken Sarche. Sarche is a player, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And if I remember right, I think Sarche is one of the team's leading tacklers. And he showed why right there. Great form tackle. He didn't bite on the fake. Went straight for the legs in order to ensure a good tackle there.
Yeah, that was terrific. And he brings down the elusive and speedy Cage Finch. Now, Cage with that brace because he spent most of the offseason recovering from surgery on his knee. And meanwhile, look at the play made by Daniel Rodriguez in the Round Valley backfield. The marker comes down, and that one is going to go. That's a horse collar tackle. So the great play defensively is negated there. There's the reach. Drag down. Look at that again. Look at it and kind of slow it down on the contact there if you don't mind. Noah Anderson, our technical director, I want to take a look at it again here.
Yeah, because I don't think that it was.
Doesn't it kind of look like maybe he got a handful of the jersey on the right side?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That does not look like. I mean, from behind, I guess I could see where it might appear that way.
Yeah, the way that he came down, very rarely do you see a tackle like that occur, and it's not a horse collar. But unfortunately for Blue Ridge right there, that wasn't a horse collar at all.
Yeah, the Markov takes it into Yellow Jacket territory. Here's a ball that's tipped. Pretty good defense there. And the ball is going to flutter to the ground, incomplete. Brax Clough helping to make some contact there on the receiver, and it's going to be second down and 10. Ball at the Yellow Jacket 43-yard line. Round Valley in possession.
Yeah, great job there from Brax Clough on defense. He wasn't the initial guy to get a hand on the ball, but he went and made the hit on the receiver to ensure that the ball didn't get there. Because I know that if I were that DB in that situation, I would have tried to go for the pick and might have resulted in letting the receiver catch that ball. So great job from Brax Clough to go make a big hit.
Second down and 10 now. The Yellow Jacket offense made a couple of stops in the second quarter. Can they slow down this Round Valley attack? And the Elks decide to give it to the freshman Jackson Crick. Crick carries the ball for 5 yards. Make it third down and 5. Ball goes inside the 40 of Blue Ridge.
Yeah, he is a hard kid to tackle. He is low to the ground when he runs, and great job by him in his front to push downfield, and great job by the defense to rally to that ball and not allow a bigger gain because it looked like it could have gone.
So a third down effort right here by the Round Valley offense. Motion a man back tight to the formation. Give it up the middle. And Crick is going to be spun to the 35-yard line. Gain of 3 on that play to leave. Fourth down and 2 for for Round Valley's offense. Big spot right here.
Yeah, great job by Tank Hamlin. Not allowed him to get any more yardage. He made a big hit and then brought him to the ground.
9:40 on the clock, third quarter. First, second half possession for the Round Valley offense. And now they'll readjust the set. Trying to draw the Yellow Jackets off. Not going to happen. And Cage Finch will carry it himself. And Cage is going to get caged at the 35-yard line. And that is a terrific defensive stop again by the Yellow Jackets. I believe the third time today they have stopped Round Valley's offense on downs. No gain on the play. And the Yellow Jackets will get the ball here for the first time in the third quarter.
Yeah, great job. Daniel Rodriguez got shot. He shot across the line. They were running a read option there on the other side. And he stayed home, and it really made a tough decision for Cage Finch as he pulled the ball when he should have given it, and that allowed Daniel Rodriguez to just go and blow up that play.
So now from the 36-yard line, their own 36, the Yellow Jackets will run Carlo Harris right into the teeth of that Round Valley defense. And the Elks fans, they like the result, a very short gain. Call this 1 yard on the play. It's going to be second down and 9.
Yeah, it seems like both defenses have settled in. It seems like they're pretty familiar with what's coming their way now, and they're ready to go make big plays down the stretch. It's going to be who wants it more at this point.
Now under 9 minutes on the clock here in the quarter. I am shocked at how quiet this Yellow Jacket crowd is.
Yeah.
And Carlo Harris wrapped up in the backfield. That is going to bring some life again out of the Round Valley fans. Brennan Brown surging deep into the backfield and make it a 6-yard loss for Carlo Harris.
Yeah, I mean, you heard their fans over there erupt on a big play, and that microphone is sitting over here by us. And so if you're Blue Ridge, you need your fans to get behind you, give you some energy. You guys have the lead, Get behind your players and give them a chance to motivate themselves.
It really is a stark difference between the two crowds. Third down and now 15 for Blue Ridge.
Yeah, you hear that crowd. Those fans are over. The microphone's with us in the Blue Ridge.
Those are the Elks fans. Brax Clough rolling out. His first pass attempt, not going to pass, not going to throw. And he's going to get tripped up, a short gain. Never really got back to the original line of scrimmage, but he did gain a little bit out of it. It'll bring up fourth down and 12 as Brax is able to get 3 yards on the play. And then it stalls right there. 4th and 12. And the Yellow Jackets will have to punt the football.
Yeah, interesting time to bring out that the first pass attempt. Maybe try to mix it up when it's not as obvious that's what the play call is going to be. But nonetheless, great job by Round Valley to rally to the ball and shut it down.
So it's Brax Clough. He is kind of the utility knife for this Yellow Jacket team, and he will send it away. That's going to be end over end, take a big bounce. Picked up at the 25-yard line by Brody Crick, and he is racing to the edge. Brody with all that speed, but he is tripped up. And I think the guy that was able to keep him from turning and getting ahead of steam there is Mason McGowan. But there's a marker in the middle. Did Mason maybe trip him?
No, I think that this is going to be some sort of blocking infraction here.
Yeah, well, Chuck Copeland is going to indicate. And we actually blocked. we went to the replay instead of seeing what Chuck had to say about it. Okay, there is. Oh my goodness, that was a big hit on one of the Yellow Jackets. So, kind of a blindside hit.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
And the hit itself was pretty vicious, but then the Blue Ridge player, he goes flying back in, and he got a knee pad in the back of his head there. So that was a little dangerous. And they'll mark it way back. And Round Valley will begin this possession. They're going to begin the possession with a first down at their own 15-yard line is what that's going to be.
Yep, very shifty run there from Brody Crick. Again, you want to see him cut up field there. I think that he had another window that would have given him an extra 3 or 4 yards before he found contact. But nonetheless, good run, good gain of, it looks like 5.
Got to like the way the Yellow Jackets rally to the ball on defense.
No, you really do.
The Elks double slot formation. And they're going to look to the near sideline and find Brenton Walker with the catch out across the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's according to Tony Romo, that route that Brenton Walker just ran, that corner route, or the bench route as we called it, it's not a corner, a bench route, is the most unguardable route in all of football. Brenton Walker did a good job pushing up the field and then breaking towards the sideline, and perfect throw by Cage Finch, as he put it, where only Brenton Walker could go get it.
If it's so unguardable, why don't we throw that thing on first down, third down, fifth down? Why don't we keep throwing the ball?
Well, if you're Trey Schneider, that's a hard throw to make. I don't know if that's the case for everybody, but I know for me, I struggled making that throw.
Cage Finch, big run across the 50-yard line. And Cage is going to get a rise out of the Round Valley crowd with that big pickup. Give him 21 yards on the pickup. And Round Valley is in Blue Ridge territory again.
Fantastic run. He exploded through that hole. And, I mean, I'm surprised they caught him. He is so fast and just got through that secondary and broke off a big gain.
Taking a look at it again on the replay, and that's terrific. So Cage Finch bouncing back from the big injury, looking good out there for Round Valley as he leads them across midfield. They're at the 48-yard line of Blue Ridge, and he'll throw from a lot of protection, and he's on the money! Ball caught at the 15 by Brody Crick, and he goes into the end zone. And it's Round Valley striking big, a 48-yard touchdown pass.
What an absolute dime from Cage Finch. From our vantage point, I thought that ball was underthrown, but he hit him right in stride. You don't throw a ball better than that.
And he had all kinds of time to throw as well. You can't forget to mention the protection. The pocket was clean, nobody near him, no pressure at all, and he's able to wind up and deliver a strike downfield. And with 5:38 on the clock in the third quarter, Round Valley's got their first lead of the game. They lead 21-18. Stand by, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch health care. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality surface, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
Back to it for the Round Valley Kick, and they, for the first time today, lead in this game. 5:38 on the clock in the third quarter. There's head coach Brad Baca, and his guys are starting to figure some things out there. And it's been a while since the Yellow Jackets have been in the end zone. They scored all three of these touchdowns that they have on the board in the first quarter. They went on a bit of a drought offensively in the second and now here in the third quarters. This kick picked up and brought back to about the 32-yard line, where it's going to be first down for the Yellow Jackets. Well, been talking a lot about the Friday Night Football Show, the Hall of Fame, and everything else we do here. And at 34 years, we're in our 34th year of the Friday Night Football Show, and I don't know where Derek is. Derek, you around down there? Is he on the far sideline, or is he on this sideline?
He was over there last I'd seen him.
Is he way out there across the way? Yeah, I'm scanning. I think he might be on the Round Valley sideline right now with his roaming camera. Okay, yeah, I see you now, Derek. I see you. You're pulling back there from your far side. So when you get back to the other side, maybe Noah can let me know, because I want to highlight somebody for a second if we get a chance. Here we've got 5:30 remaining in the third quarter, and it's the Yellow Jackets with their menacing double wing. They're going to toss it to Sarche, and he is going to get tackled. You don't love it when your guys tackle high like that, but Kason Finch does an effective job to keep Sarche from picking up too much, a 2-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, as that play was happening in real time, I thought he was going to get called for a face mask. It looked like he got right up around there, but nonetheless, you want to make a play, you want to make a stop, and however that comes is how that comes.
Wrestle that doggy down right there. 2nd down and 8. And the ball is loose. It's on the ground. The Yellow Jackets got on top of it. But that's the first time we've seen an issue like that. Mesh point problem. Somebody just bull rushed up the middle. And a terrific defensive play to knock the ball free. And it took an equally good play by the Yellow Jackets to preserve it. Who is that?
That's Peyton Tucker. If you'll remember, he's the kid we were talking about last week.
Yes.
He's undersized, but he has the biggest heart of anyone on that field.
That number 20 right there in the middle has got to be so hard to block. He is the smallest guy on the field by a long way. And number 20 right there blows up the play, and it's a loss of 5 for the Yellow Jackets, and they got a long way to go on 3rd down, and they're going to toss it to nobody. Brox Clough is going to get wrapped up for another big loss on the play, and that just hurts in a huge way.
Yeah, you don't want to ever go backwards, especially in a game where you just lost your first lead, or you lost the lead of the game for the first time. You want to be able to go down and make a statement drive, and just 2 back-to-back really unfortunate plays.
Nothing Brax could do about it on that play, and it's Round Valley has figured something out. I think what they're doing, they must be shooting a gap somehow. They must have found something and said, you do this and you do that, and we're going to be in the backfield all second half. So far, doing pretty well here. And with 3:25 on the clock, 3rd quarter, Brox Clough will kick it away for the Yellow Jackets, and he gets a great bounce that gets fielded at the 43-yard line by Brody Crick. Good coverage, and Brody's going to get maybe 4 yards on the return. That's it to the 47-yard line. Good spot to start with for Round Valley, but
Daniel Rodriguez with a tackle for the Yellow Jackets.
Definitely the momentum has swung the other direction, and it belongs right now to Round Valley.
Yeah, and going back to that previous drive there, like you were saying, they're having their middle linebacker. He's going up, and their nose tackle shoots one way, and the linebacker just goes and fills that other gap. And with how they've had success prior to the game running up the middle, it's hard to run through the middle when they're plugging it up the way they have so far in the second half.
Cage Finch is starting to come to life here. He's having a great game at quarterback. Delivered that 48-yard touchdown pass to Brody Crick the last time Round Valley had the football. We're going to get some movement up front, and I think we'll get a 5-yard step off. Well, it's on the defense, so somebody encroached. Which, by the way, is a terrific term, right? You never hear it anywhere but football. And so since it seems to be football, unique to football, why the word encroachment? Where did that come from?
So maybe I'm just a nerd, but I feel like I use that somewhat regularly in my regular vernacular. But,
yeah, but only because you were a football player.
Maybe.
That's it. Don't encroach on me, man.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Give me some space, Yep.
Here
comes Brody Crick up the middle, and Brody's got first down yardage plus more. And Round Valley has definitely figured something out.
Daniel Rodriguez making the stop for Blue Ridge.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the game, it really seemed like there was no pride on this Round Valley side. They were very lackadaisical, and right now they have come to life, and you can't really ask for it at a better time.
Yeah, 11 yards, that pickup by Crick, and it brings up a first down. The Yellow Jacket 37, and you're looking at the Yellow Jacket defense now. A lot of guys, their hands on their hips, and the tone on that defense has certainly changed. We'll see if they can pick it back up. Here's Brody bouncing out left side. More first down yardage for Brody Crick. He'll step out near the 20-yard line with another healthy gain and a first down. But there is a marker down out on the far edge, and that's going to be a hold on the offense. So momentarily stifling the Round Valley effort, but the way they've been moving the football just seems like it might be just a slight impediment to what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they've moved the ball on this drive, that's 2 plays.
So marching back, and Round Valley will have to operate from their own from the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line here on this play. It'll be first down and 18 with 2:25 on the clock in the third quarter. Score here is 21-18. Round Valley leading the Yellow Jackets and looking to throw with it. Winding up. Thought about it. 3 pump fakes and then run for 5 yards to the 40 of Blue Ridge.
Yeah, that's a good run. I was taught when you're running the ball as a quarterback, keep it up high like you're going to throw, because once that play breaks down and everyone's running around, you lose like the feeling of where that line of scrimmage is at. So you could be 5 yards downfield and you give them a pump fake, you can get a defender to jump and you can go by. And I think that allowed for Cage Finch to get a big gain, just keeping that ball up.
Second down at 13 now after that gain. Cage will line him up. Puts the freshman on the wing left side. And after a fake, it's Finch carrying himself. And Cage is going to get wrapped up and brought down. And Cage has a chunky gain right there. See where they mark him. Yeah. It's like 8 yards to pick up on that play for Finch.
Yeah, great tackle there, too, by Brax Clough. Flying over there, wrapping him up and spinning him down. Look kind of like a little gator roll there.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Let's go defense.
Brax made the tackle. But not before a nice pickup on the play that leaves Round Valley looking at 3rd down and 6 here. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Slot formation to the right. And Brody Crick up the middle. And Brody is going to get stopped short. Needed 6, and he got 5 on the play. And we should see maybe one more offensive play in the third quarter for Round Valley. They're taking the time getting back to the huddle.
Yeah, great job on that previous play. Carlo Harris got kind of blown up at the line and was going down and did all he could to just grab the ankle of Crick running by. And then Brax Clough coming in and finishing it off to ensure that a bigger gain wasn't had.
So do the Yellow Jackets have another 4th down stop in their bag of tricks? Because I believe it's been 3 stops on 4th down by the Yellow Jacket defense. Here is 4th down and 1, a very long one. It's about 4 feet to go. Single setback in the backfield for Cage Finch. That's Brody Crick. They give it to him, and Brody is going to get hit, wrapped up, but he is able to surge forward, and Brody's got the first down yardage. That's a big, big conversion. He got 4 yards on the play, and he got banged up as well. We saw him holding his left shoulder a couple of times last week. Same shoulder, and he comes off the field after taking a hit from that Yellow Jacket defense, but importantly, he's able to convert and get the first down.
Yeah, as a defensive unit, you hate to see that. You've had 3 stops, and so, yeah, you want to get that stop there.
So that brings us to the end of the quarter, and our score, Round Valley on the move with the football, leading 21-18 over Blue Ridge on the Yellow Jackets homecoming Friday night. Stand by. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
It's deal or better deal. Only at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then play deal or better deal. We've got 15 briefcases loaded with bonus discounts from $300 to a whopping $3,000. Pick your case, open it up, boom, $800 in additional savings. Now here's the twist. Keep it or risk it and go for a better deal. You can keep going until you say deal or drop below your last pick. Financing starting at 0% for 72 months and payment starting at just $189 a month at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
What would you buy with a $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse? You could load up for hunting, fishing, and camping. Grab a Traeger or a Pit Boss smoker, high-end Vortex optics, or top-notch boots and outdoor gear. When you get your insured windshield replaced by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, you get your choice of 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets, or a $100 window tint certificate. You're entered to win the $3,000 shopping spree at Sportsman's Warehouse. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Number 9.
While you're gone, the incomplete pass by Round Valley halts things for just a moment. And the Elks are going to throw the football. And they'll throw a little bit too tall this time. So back-to-back errant attempts by Cage Finch will bring up a 3rd down and 10. The ball is just inside the 25-yard line of Blue Ridge.
Yeah, after both of those passes, he knew the first one got away from him too short, and that one got away from him too long, and he recognized it immediately. I think that on this long 3rd down here, I think that they'll I can't imagine they're going to run here. They'll probably pass, and I think he's going to dial one in right here.
How do you like the idea of Cage Finch breaking the pocket and taking off here on this third down? We've seen it several times today, and usually with stunning effect. Roll out to the right. Finch looks. He'll deliver to the sideline, and there's that difficult play to cover that you talked about just a moment ago. And that's going to go for a first down for Round Valley, a 12-yard gain, and they're going to move the chains.
Yep, that 12-yard bench route. He ran it so well. He ran like he was running a fade. You can see he gets his corner to turn and look away, and that ball is delivered on time right to the spot. Great effort there from, was that Sarche?
It was.
Sarche to try to get back and make a play, but nonetheless, Round Valley converting on a big third down.
The Elks get a whole new set of downs, but there's a marker, and we get an illegal procedure call on the offensive line. So that'll move back 5 yards.
We've got a
and, you know,
against Round Valley.
If the Elks are interested in throwing the football, that is actually beneficial.
Yeah.
Move back 5 like that.
Yep.
A little more room to work for your receivers downfield. Of course, they probably weren't going to throw the football.
No.
Except that now, you know, it looks a little more enticing on now 1st and 15. The ball out to about the 17. Cage Finch fakes, takes, and Cage goes sprawling toward the 10-yard line. And it looks like he gains 7 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, one thing I absolutely love when watching Cage Finch run is his entire focus is how can I get upfield? How can I get the most yards out of this as possible? And as he, you know, had the opportunity, he could have bounced that out, but he cut up and got very valuable yards.
Here comes the 10th play of this drive for Round Valley. That is officially, by plays, the longest drive anybody has had this entire day. Nobody has run 10 plays in a single drive yet. And the Elks are going to do it. Try to run that option, and it's on the ground, and Round Valley is able to, fortunate to cover it up. Daniel Rodriguez had a golden opportunity, and he was thinking scoop and score the whole time, and maybe should have just fell on it for Blue Ridge. But a big loss on the play. Nonetheless, a golden opportunity slips through the hands of Daniel Rodriguez right here.
Oh, it looked like he had it in his hands and just didn't expect it. When you're on defense, you don't expect the ball to fall into your hands like that. But nonetheless, this is a great opportunity if you're Blue Ridge to get them off the field before too much damage is done.
How about an 11-yard loss on that play for Round Valley? Now 3rd down and 18. Can get a first down. Finch flushed. Finch under pressure. Reverses field. Looking for some blocking. Now throws, and it's off his receiver's fingers. That was a beautiful throw and a great effort by J.J. Logan. Almost made a world-class catch right there, but I liked the throw. It was in a spot where only his guy could catch it.
Yep. As a quarterback, that's exactly where you want to put the ball. And it looks like J.J. Logan's a little shaken up there. But if he would have made that catch and the other one prior to that, he might have walked away tonight with a couple of offers because those would have been 2 world-class catches.
Timeout taken by Round Valley with 9:46 showing here in the 4th quarter, and an Elks 3-point lead. Stand by, more 4th quarter action coming up. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Back from the timeout, everybody, and a big 4th down situation unfolding here. The Elks at the Yellow Jacket 21-yard line, a 4th and 18, and Round Valley's going for it all the way. And pressure comes on the quarterback. Here's a throw, and it's knocked down by Brax Clough Smart. Brax, such an intelligent football player. He could have intercepted, hauled it in, but he knocks it down on the 4th down play, and another 4th down stop by the Yellow Jacket defense. I think that's the 4th of the game.
It is, and they've been 4 or 5 defensively on 4th downs. And, yeah, like you said, great job by Brax Clough to knock it down. I don't know if he was intentionally trying to, but at least, he knocks it down and they get better field position as a result.
Exactly right. So with 9:38 remaining in regulation, the Yellow Jackets take over at their own 21-yard line. Credit this Blue Ridge defense and the fight in this Yellow Jackets team. They're down by 3 right now, and they're going to give it up the middle for a short gain. 2 yards to pick up on the play. And it looks like it's number 2 there, Daniel Rodriguez. Rodriguez the carry for a couple on the play.
Yep. So during that last timeout, I was watching the refs. They spent the entire time trying to dry off the football, and I think that on this drive particularly, this is going to be huge, holding on to the ball. It's going to be a difficult task, but if you're Blue Ridge, you don't want to give that up freely on these runs.
The Yellow Jackets are going to put Carlo Harris in motion, toss it to him. He is trying to pick his way through the middle, and he does, and Carlo gets the first down.
I think we got a hold.
Carlo Harris with
marker from the referee. I'm going to ask our field camera, Derek, to go to the other end of the Yellow Jacket bench for a moment, if you can. Holding on the offense, just like you called. Okay, so Derek, when you get there, I want you to take a shot up here to our broadcast location. I think you need to go further. I think you need to go further down the other direction. Keep going. Yeah, there you go. Keep walking. Keep walking at about right there. Okay. All right, take a shot up here. Look in, folks, real quick, and look at the guy that is sitting on the end of our bench right there with the goatee. See that guy right there? That guy's an all-timer. We're going to talk about him in a moment as the handoff goes. No, they're throwing deep. Pass is caught. And the Yellow Jackets with a huge pickup after the penalty. They haven't thrown the ball much today. In fact, that's the first time they've actually thrown the football. And that turns into, if my math is right, a 32-yard pickup on the play and a huge first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, kind of as I mentioned earlier, they've got to kind of shake up the play call. They've been running, and they were able to get number 3, Waylon Peters, on a big corner route down the left side.
First down. Run it. Big scrum, and Carlo Harris finishes strong. He is tackled by J.J. Logan. And it looks like he's going to cross midfield to the 48-yard line of Round Valley. So that's a 7-yard pickup on the play. Again, I'm going to ask Derek to shoot up here this direction because I want to say something here. Okay, 34th year of the Friday Night Football Show. I've been privileged to own this program for a while, but that guy right there sitting there who lives in Utah these days, Rich Jones. So many people know Rich Jones here in the White Mountains from his many years that he lived here and his time spent in the broadcast business. And Rich and I got to work together way back from 1995 to the close to the turn of the century there. And Rich is a guy that taught me a lot about the broadcast business. Rich Jones is one of the founding fathers of the Friday Night Football Show, along with Roy Roberts. That guy right there. I was just kind of a bit player then. I did some play-by-play, and I got to be involved. But I wasn't in the original Brain Trust. Rich Jones was, and I am forever grateful as we watch this 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Yellow Jackets. They'll get the first down. Carlo Harris plowing his way to a 10-yard pickup and first down. Make it 11. 11 yards the gain on the play for Carlo. And a first down for the Yellow Jackets. But to finish my story on that is to say that, I've been privileged to own this product with the Sports Zone for many years now. And it always grows, and every year bigger and better. But I have Rich Jones in large part to thank for this because he was part of the original, the brainchild for this whole thing, putting it together, conceiving it, and then turning it into something great for the many years that he and Roy Roberts ran this thing, and look at that run right there by Carlo Harris. My goodness, he is really turning it up. He's feeling it on homecoming Friday night, and he's going to get up banged up quite a bit on that play, but watch him run right here, take that 145 or so pound body and just give it all he's got for a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, he has decided that he does not want to go home without a last push here, and he is running like his life depends on it.
So the ball just inside Round Valley's 25-yard line. 6:20 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. The Yellow Jackets trying to retake the lead if they can here. From that double wing. Carlo again, and Carlo is going to get stopped, and that was an awkward finish right there. He slipped a little, hit the brakes. He comes up from that and looks like he's okay, but that had a awkward look to it. A 3-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, I think that field is still wet, and they're feeling the effects of it down there. He tried to stop, and his feet did not stop. So, but no, glad to see he's okay.
He comes off the field, and he's going to look at his left ankle area. He's taking a look. So, Carlo comes off the field. That's not a guy they want to lose, and they're going to run the inside trap to Brecken Sarche and Round Valley. They want nothing to do with that. Brecken is going to actually lose a yard on the play, so the ball gets spotted at the Round Valley 22-yard line. And let's see, is Carlo still now? Carlo coming back into the game.
Yeah, like you said, that's a guy you don't want to go too many plays without as you're trying to make a comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Who do you think gets the ball right here? Number 12?
Number 12. I don't think that there's anyone we should be looking at.
3rd down and 7. Big moment. Carlo in motion. And they draw the defense off and get 5 right there. That was masterfully played by the Yellow Jackets. They really have kind of kept that in their hip pocket, haven't they? They haven't tried to draw Round Valley today.
I don't think so.
And it was that motion and the anticipation from pretty much the entire front for Round Valley. So instead of 3rd and 8 now, or 3rd and 7, it's 3rd down and 2 for the Yellow Jackets.
Which is right where you want to be.
They improve themselves. 3rd down and 2 to go. Brax Clough under center. The motion man is Carlo Harris, and he's got 1st down yardage. He's inside the 10-yard line, takes a big hit. As Brent Walker is the first guy to lay a hit on him. But he's able to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah. Round Valley right now, they've had it figured out, and they're getting good pushing up front, but they've got to make tackles when they have them, and they're not doing that right now, and it's allowing Carlo Harris to just break off these 7-8 yard chunks at a time.
Big opportunity for the Yellow Jackets as we now approach 4 minutes remaining in the game. There are 4 minutes and 8 seconds right now, and the ball is at the 6-yard line.
Let's hear you, Blue Ridge.
Yellow Jackets taking their time, running a lot of clock. It's Carlo again. It's Carlo right side. Carlo gets picked up and deposited, not before he gets to the 1-yard line. So for Harris, gain of 6. For the Yellow Jackets, they're going to look at 2nd down and goal right at that spot.
If I'm Blue Ridge, I mean, look at how he has run. I thought he was going to break the plane there, but great job by the Round Valley Elks to stop him as they picked him up in the air, not try to bring him down. But if I'm Blue Ridge, I'm calling number 12. Give him the ball.
Ball inside the 1-yard line. You see it right there. So 2 feet away from the Yellow Jackets retaking the lead here late in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in regulation. And Brax is going to take all the time he can off that play clock. Toss it to who else? Carlo Harris. He gets hit, and Carlo stays alive and powers his way into the end zone for the lead-taking Blue Ridge touchdown.
That play was over. They had him in the backfield. But great job. Carlo Harris just refusing to go down. He kept those feet running, and all of a sudden he found himself on the other end of that pile. Almost, it looked confused. He didn't know he got there.
You know, I'm telling you, Carlo is dinged up, banged up. He has taken some punishment here, especially in the late going of this game, but just would not be denied. a Herculean effort from a guy who was certainly not built like Hercules. Here comes the kick try, and that is up, and that is good.
Extra point is good.
And the Jackets make this a 25-21 game. So with 3 minutes remaining, the Round Valley Elks must score a touchdown. And there's, look at him. He's got his hand wrapped up. Right here, how in the world did he stay alive and keep going? How did that happen? Carlo in the end zone for a Yellow Jacket touchdown.
That is pure will. He wanted that more than any of the other 10 players on that field, and it showed because most players go down right there, and he did not.
Blue Ridge back in front in this all-important 3A Mountain Region game. And Carlo Harris will go out there. He'll be on the special teams here for the coverage. He'll play the defense as long as he can stay on his feet. He has been taking some abuse from Round Valley. I guess he's not going out to cover the kick. But he is out there with his guys in the huddle. Heroic effort by that young man right there.
Very few guys exhibit that kind of heart over the course of 4 quarters like he has.
With your Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, 25. Round Valley, 21. Woo-woo!
And here's the ball popped high in the air, and it's fielded. Fielded by J.J. Logan. He is able to haul that thing in. And
36-yard line.
And Round Valley is going to have some pretty good field position to start the ball here with 2:53 remaining. The ball at the 36-yard line of Round Valley. Well, the Yellow Jackets, how about a 6-minute and 34-second scoring drive? 10-play scoring drive, and it was capped off there. They covered 79 yards, capped off by that Carlo Harris 1-yard touchdown plunge.
And how many yards of that do you think was Carlo Harris?
Of that entire drive?
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it a little bit, but a healthy portion of it, that's for sure. And I am so glad that he is the guy that got to score that touchdown.
Yes.
Cage Finch, rolling, directing traffic, throwing downfield, and that's going to be a little bit shy of the diving attempt deep downfield. And Brody Crick is the guy that they were trying to get the ball to downfield. So it stops the clock with 2:45 left in regulation.
Yeah. With the way that Round Valley's been playing, last week going into this week, if there was any team that you're going for that's down by a touchdown, or at least you need a touchdown to win it, you want to be going for Round Valley right here. They have the definition of a 2-minute offense. They are spread, they are fast, and if you're Round Valley, you're not scared yet.
Yeah, they got plenty of time, and they've got the weapons to get something done. They're going to dump this one. Diving attempt. There's a marker behind the play. That was actually a catch by J.J. Logan. That's going to be one of the shortest successful diving catch attempts you're gonna see in the game of football. But it doesn't really matter because there was a hold on the offense, and also a loss of about 7 seconds of time on that play for Round Valley. Which I got to tell you. The Yellow Jacket defense, it's theirs to win or lose right now, because if they get the ball back, it's going to be a tough go at it for the Yellow Jackets to take the ball down the field with whatever time they have left if Round Valley can score.
Yeah. And one thing I want to call attention to is you see the cushion right now that Blue Ridge is giving Round Valley. I think they saw some tape from last week. They don't want to get burned deep.
Yeah, they must have been watching our broadcast. Don't let anybody get behind you in prevent situation. Can't happen. 2nd down and 10. Safety's dropping deep, and that's going to allow for a lot of running room for Cage Finch, and he is going to get a bunch of that yardage lost on the penalty back, and then some. Gain of about 16 on the play for Cage.
Yeah, great job doing what he's done all night. The pass breaks down, and he confidently steps up and gets out and makes a big play.
3rd down and 4, Round Valley at their own 42-yard line. Cage under pressure. He's going down, wrapped up. Boy, he almost dangerously got rid of it, and he is going to get sacked and lose 3 yards on the play to bring up 3rd down and 7. That was a huge play, and Round Valley is looking at 4th down. No timeout called. It's 4th and 7, and finally, you knew a timeout had to come out in this situation, and Round Valley is indeed going to spend it right now. Another chance. The ball, the game, I should say, right now in the hands of the Yellow Jacket defense, who have had so many 4th down stops today of this Round Valley offense. Just hard to do for anybody anyway, and they have figured out at various moments ways to get that done. There is Eric Halmerson, the head coach and defensive coordinator for this Yellow Jackets football team, and they have a golden opportunity to get a win over this quality Round Valley team that's undefeated coming in here on homecoming Friday night.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it is all up to the defense right here. And, I mean, record shows so far in this game, you have the advantage. You're 4 for 5 on 4th down defensive stands, and that's a lot of yardage for any team to overcome. We're looking at 7 yards. And so if they play smart, they get good pressure up the middle, and their defensive backs just stay home and don't allow Cage Finch to break the pocket, this could very well be it for this Round Valley offense.
And finally, I'm seeing some of these Yellow Jacket fans get to their feet. Not many of them, but some of them are, and they're starting to make some noise on the Blue Ridge side. Back to throw, Cage Finch, he looks, and he's going to scramble for it, and he's going to get it. He gets driven out after a gain of 8 yards. Big hit on the sideline. Round Valley fans want a flag and not going to get it. That's a critical first down, and Cage steps out to stop the clock.
Absolutely huge, and like I just said, you don't want him to break that, so maybe you bring in a spy. You got to try to find a way to keep him in there with that pressure and allow your defensive backs to cause a sack.
Sarche, the guy that makes the tackle and the push out of bounds. And Round Valley is just a bit shy of midfield. Ball at the 46-yard line with 1:40 remaining here in regulation. The Elks so dangerous on offense, and the guy in motion, big reason why. They're going to fake it to Brody Crick. Cage Finch going to run, and he'll get tackled after he crosses the 50-yard line. He is to the 48. That will be a gain on the play of about 6 yards, and it's 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Round Valley has not, Blue Ridge has not had an answer for Cage Finch. Right now, every time he pulls it down, just about, he's getting great yardage.
Clock counting down, 1:15 remaining. Throw, pass, caught right at the sticks. That should be a first down. J.J. Logan caught it, and we might see our first measurement of the game. This ball is spotted right in front of the Round Valley bench. Well, they needed 4 yards, and we're going to call it 4 yards, regardless of whether they get it or not. Chuck Copeland, the referee, he's eyeballing that thing, and, in this moment, as critical as the moment is,
you want to get it right.
You got to get the measurement out, right? You got to come in, you got to look at it. The sticks up close.
Yep.
1:08 remaining here in this game. What a great game. We were treated to a terrific game last week at the Dome. That 38-21 win over St. John's for Round Valley. And I got to tell you, this one is a
first down.
Round Valley fans love it. Move the chains, and they'll wind the clock and get it going here after they get things set. Here comes the clock. 1:03 and counting down. First down for Round Valley at the Yellow Jacket 40-yard line. Great game last week, that St. John's game. Much closer than the 38-21 score indicates. Now it's Round Valley working against Blue Ridge, and Cage Finch is going to escape that. Pressure in the middle, ball is on the ground, and it's picked up by the Yellow Jackets. Blue Ridge has the football. Brax Cluck with the recovery, and the Yellow Jackets are going to win this football game.
Wow, what a play.
Cage Finch has been doing so much, and he did another great job to break the pocket, get some great yardage. It looked like this was going to turn into something big for Round Valley. Somebody punched it out. Right there, I think it was Tank. It was. Yep. Tank Hamblin punches it out. Recovery made by Brax Clough. And the Yellow Jackets are going to take a knee. They're 2 knees away from a huge victory in the 3A Mountain region. The Yellow Jackets opened the season with consecutive victories to go 2-0. And they lost 2 games back. They lost to Valley Christian at Valley Christian, but put on a great show. I think the final score is 38-24. Then they lose last week to Chrisman right here at home. Very close game. I think it was a 1-point difference. One way or the other was inside one score. And now they have knocked off the Round Valley Elks, and the celebration is on at homecoming. What a big win for Blue Ridge. What a statement they have made as the final seconds tick off this thing, and the Yellow Jackets with a 25-21 victory over the Round Valley Elks.
That is just a great game. Like you said, that is a statement win. Things went well to start. Things did not go so well there in the middle. And when it mattered most, they stepped up and made some massive plays.
That was quality high school football right there. That is one of the best games we've been able to call in a while here at the Sports Zone. What an entertaining game. What a terrific job by the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And you're going to watch Tank Hamblin come in from behind the plays. Yeah, number 44 chasing. And he is going to do a great job to knock the ball out right there. Perfect.
Yep. If you're Cage Finch, you're going to go back and you're going to watch this and you're going to hear from your coaches. You got to keep that high and tight. You know, when you're running away like that, you don't know who's coming up behind you. And so you've got to keep that tight to your body. As you see right there, it gets away from him. And again, he's just trying to make a big play here. Keep it tight.
Play of the game preserves the victory, and more celebrating going on for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, and they deserve to celebrate. What a win tonight. In just a few moments, we're going to announce and talk to the Sports Zone's player of the game in this one. And the Yellow Jackets sing the fight song, why don't you, boys? Sing it up, boys. Enjoy the win. You invite Round Valley to your homecoming and knock them off.
They knew what they were doing, I guess.
They knock them off tonight. Final score 25-21. We're going to grab us a timeout. We'll return with our post-game wrap-up in a moment, everybody, here at Paul Moro Stadium. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
The all-new 2025 Toyota Tacoma is here at Hatch Toyota, and it's tougher, smarter, and bolder than ever. It's built to handle Arizona's wildest terrain. Drive one home for as low as $269 a month. Plus, it's deal or better deal. Make your best deal on any new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Then take your shot at bonus savings with 15 mystery briefcases. Each holds a hidden discount from $300 to $3,000. Only at Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall.
At the Furniture Gallery, we just don't sell lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals. We sell the good life. We'll do whatever it takes to make your house feel like a home, short of tucking you in at night. Comfort guaranteed, style on point. Because once you sit down, you'll never want to stand up. And that's exactly how we make our customers for life. The Furniture Gallery, the champions of comfort.
When exactness is ordered, Hatch Concrete will deliver. We provide ready-mix concrete for any size job, from the do-it-yourself project to the professional construction project, delivering a variety of aggregate to suit your concrete or construction needs from granite to cinders. Hatch Concrete is not just another ready-mix concrete company. We provide quality service, quality concrete, concrete pumping, and Fox blocks where quality is not just a name, but a tradition. At Hatch Concrete, this mud's for you.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Hey, back in, everybody, to our post-game wrap-up on what has been a phenomenal football game played at Paul Moro Stadium. And we congratulate the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets on a homecoming victory over the Round Valley Elks. Final score tonight, 25-21. Welcome back in. I'm Floyd Simmons along with Trey Schneider. And after Coach Eric Halmerson talks to his guys in the locker room, we're going to get a chance to talk to some of those heroes tonight in the big victory for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Swelly, Jackets score 18 points in the first quarter. Their opening possession of the game resulted in a 74-yard touchdown drive, and at the end of it, Brecken Sarche scored for the Jackets on a 36-yard touchdown run to make it 6-0 Blue Ridge. The Yellow Jackets failed on the point after. Blue Ridge got an onside kick recovery, and then 3 plays into their next possession, they got another Brecken Sarche touchdown, a 3-yard run this time for Brecken, and it made it 12-0 Blue Ridge on top. The Round Valley Elks finally scored when they got the football. They went on a 56-yard scoring drive, took 6 plays to get the work done, and Brody Crick ends up going in on a 9-yard touchdown run to give Round Valley their first points of the game. Blue Ridge had a lead of 12-6 at that point with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Well, the Yellow Jackets got a great kick return by Brax Clough, took it to the 10-yard line, and that set up Carlo Harris as he scored on the first play of that ensuing possession for the Yellow Jackets. Carlo scoring with 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. 10-yard touchdown run for Carlo, and that made it 18-6, Blue Ridge in front. And then the Yellow Jackets wouldn't score again until the fourth quarter. They went on quite a drought after that, but they were able to keep the game close, even though Round Valley would then score 2 successive times, not on successive possessions, but they scored the next 2 touchdowns of the game. The first was a Cage Finch touchdown pass to Brody Crick with 9:51 on the clock in the second quarter. That one covered 20 yards. And with that and a 2-point conversion, Round Valley made it to within 4. It was Blue Ridge 18-14 at that point in the second quarter. That's how the half ended. In the third period, Round Valley gave the ball up on downs with their first possession. Blue Ridge got the ball and went 3 and out, and they punted the football. Round Valley got it back, and then 3 plays into their next possession, they covered 85 yards. And on that third play, a 48-yard touchdown pass from Cage Finch to Brody Crick. The kick was good, and Round Valley had their first lead of the game, 21-18. Blue Ridge couldn't do anything with it when they got the ball. Round Valley then went on a very long drive that got shut down by the Yellow Jackets defense, which we think they stopped Round Valley on downs 4 times today, maybe even a 5th time. Not sure exactly, but what a job today by the Blue Ridge defense. And after that stop, they got it back, and Blue Ridge themselves went on a 6-minute, 34-second victory-sealing scoring drive. They covered 79 yards, and it was Carlo Harris with the bulk of the yardage on the drive. Carlo Harris with a 1-yard touchdown run to give his team the lead. And a point-after kick successful by Brax Clough made it 25-21. Round Valley could not do anything with the final 3 minutes with the football. Blue Ridge stopping them again, forcing a fumble. It was Tank Hamblin forcing it out, and Brax Clough covering the football with the recovery. And the Yellow Jackets on homecoming have defeated Round Valley 25-21. What a job, Blue Ridge, now 3-2 on the season. Round Valley drops to 4-1. Well, Floyd Simmons along with Trey Schneider here with our postgame wrap-up, and it's time for us to speak to one of our Sports Zone players of the game. And we have 2 players of the game tonight. We'll talk to more than 2 players on that Blue Ridge roster. But let's speak to one of the first one here. Our Sports Zone players of the game are brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Are we able to move that up or not? You can see it, see the banner in the background right there. We apologize for that. But thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Let's talk to our Sports Zone player of the game, Carlo Harris, looking up this direction. Carlo, congratulations on the big victory. You and the ball club tonight. I think let's hit the go button there. Carlo, you got me? Carlo, can you hear me? I think you had the button and then you turned it off again.
I can hear you,
we'll
sir.
Get it. There you are. Carlo, congratulations on this monstrous win for your team.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was a big win for us tonight. You know, a lot of try, a lot of effort. I'm very proud of I want to give a huge shout out to our O-linemen. You know, we really pushed the ball on that power. We really tried hard. We really wanted this game.
Carlo, I said something early on in the game. I think that offensive scheme that you guys are running, I don't think people like to run it on offense because, you know, it's not as fun when you don't throw the ball a lot. But I think the defenses also hate to play it. What are your thoughts about this scheme that you guys run, that double wing that Blue Ridge is running this year?
I honestly think, you know, they know it's coming. We know we're bringing it. So it's what they can do to stop it. I mean, it's very hard to stop. We got a lot of guys behind the ball, and I believe this offense is if we do it right, it can take us far.
I agree completely. Ben Franklin, I believe, won a state championship running that exact same offense. So, I mean, it's proven. There's no question about it. But it takes a lot of heart, doesn't it, from those guys, your team. It's just everybody kind of knows what's out. You're going to pile it up. There's a traffic jam in the middle, and it's whoever can get it done. What would you say the toughness factor is for a team that runs this kind of offense?
Oh, man, the toughness is the reps. We do so much reps of it, just reps, because we got to see it. We got to see it 100 different ways. It's not always going to be the same. We got to see it 100 different ways, so the amount of reps we do for it, that's tough.
Carlo, tell me about that last scoring drive for the Yellow Jackets. You guys ran the ball. You covered 79 yards, 6.5 minutes time of possession. You carried it a lot on that series, and you got banged up a lot. You were getting smashed a lot, getting up a little bit slow, culminating with that terrific run for a touchdown by you, that 1-yard run. I don't know how you slipped through there, but you end up scoring the decisive touchdown here. Tell me about that drive and just kind of what it was like for you and your team. What was it like in the huddle?
Oh, man, when I was talking to my boys, I said, it's a lot of try on this drive. This is our drive. We can't give up right here. We can't give up, this close. We're this close of winning. We can't give up. And, honestly, if my boys, my linemen, can get beat up and hit all game, I can do it too.
What's it feel like to get this win, homecoming against that quality opponent?
Oh, it feels great. You just gotta stay humble about it, though. We gotta come back next week and fix a couple of stuff and mistakes, but we'll come back.
Great job, Carlo. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night.
One of our Sports Zone players of the game right there, Carlo Harris, is, we don't have numbers on this one tonight. I'm sure his numbers were pretty impressive, both on offense and defense, as they always are. He took a lot of punishment tonight, didn't he, Trey?
Yes, he did. Holy cow. Yeah. He took a lot of hits, and a lot of hits in, sensitive areas, right? The knees, the ankles, the shoulders, the elbows, and continued to just come back time and time again.
Certainly did. We congratulate Carlo Harris, one of our Sports Zone players of the game in this one tonight, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And here's another guy that figured big in the trenches tonight. Jared Cox is with us now. Jared, if I were to go back and remember what you were like when I was on vacation in Hawaii and my family ran into your family, and we ended up spending about 3 days together on vacation in Hawaii. By the way, loved it. We need to do a family vacation together sometime again. The total accidental one was awesome. But, Jared, you're a much different human being than those days, and to see you grow in and fill out and become another one of these, beastie Cox family guys, it's impressive to see, and you had a tremendous game. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Getting a homecoming win is always fun, but when you beat a team like Round Valley, does that add a little more special kind of thing to it?
Yes, sir. That makes homecoming a lot more special to us. Round Valley is a big game in the region. They're really high in the state. They're really good in the state. So it was just a good game for us. It was a good game to win. It was a good game to get. It's a playoff type game for us. So week 5.
Jared, speak on behalf of the guys like you in the trenches and the kind of work that you guys are putting in, and you must be proud of the effort on a night like this.
Yes, sir, 100%. Right next to me we have Danny Gonzalez. He's been a 3-year starter. He's humongous. He's strong. He's a really good lineman. He's built for it. And then we have Gabe Garcia. He's a sophomore. It's his first year starting. He's our center. He stepped up a lot this summer during the season. He's stepping up. He's shown to be a guy that we can rely on. Then we have Xander. He's good. He's strong. He's fast. He kind of came out of nowhere. He didn't play last year. He came back this year. He missed it. And we did our scrimmage, and he told me that he's never quitting football again. He loved it so much. And then we have Nabahi Belvado. He's a senior with me. It's his first year starting. The coaches have seen potential. I've seen potential in him throughout high school, and he's just really showing out right now. He's showing what he can be, and he had a really good game.
What's your level of pride in this group?
I'm really proud. I'm really prideful with this group. We went through a lot this summer. We came together, and we used it to fuel us, and we pushed through. And I'm really proud of everyone on this team, everyone for the adversity that we're going through. And yes, sir, I'm really proud.
Congratulations, Jared. Enjoy homecoming, okay?
Thank you.
What a win for this Blue Ridge team. There's A big reason why right there. And I mean, when I say big reason, I mean this guy's a brick wall out there. Look at him.
Yeah.
I mean that dude has matured physically in a way that is really impressive. I'm telling you, I didn't exactly see this coming when I was on vacation in Hawaii when I saw Jared back then. You know, he was this little guy that didn't exactly look like he was going to grow into that, but he's one of the Coxes, okay?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you get with these dudes. They're just big time studs and guys that own the trenches, okay? All right, let's talk to another of our Sports Zone players of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center on this night here, this homecoming victory night for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. They beat Round Valley 25-21, and we are joined by Brecken Sarche now. Brecken, congratulations on your team's victory here tonight at home.
Thank you, sir.
Brecken, you scored the first 2 touchdowns of the game, and 2 impressive runs by you in that first quarter when you guys ran that counter. And the first one was a long, I think it was I have it as a 36-yard touchdown run for you, completely untouched, fooled the defense completely. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with our guys up front. Our linemen made a huge hole for me to run through. Obviously, they thought power was coming. We hit them with the counter, and my boys up front got it done for me.
Certainly did, and then you displayed something that is evident in this Yellow Jackets team that I wasn't quite ready for. A lot of speed. You've got a lot of speed. This is a very fast team you guys have, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Let's talk more about some of the keys to the win tonight. You on both sides of the ball. We saw a lot of good form tackling by you and the other guys. Maybe we shift and talk about defense for a second. You guys got 4 or 5 fourth down stops of Round Valley. I mean, that is so hard to do. That is unheard of. Tell me about the defense and how proud you are of the effort by your guys on that side.
I'm so proud of my defense. We hustled the ball. You saw it. That's why we caused those 2 fumbles, is we just have like 5 guys running to the ball. And our tackling, I think there's some things I could work on personally. I think I missed a few tackles, but Mason McGowan, our other corner, he is one of the best tacklers I know.
Yeah, he did deliver tonight for you. That's for sure. Okay, so you're out there on the field, and you see Tank Hamblin knock the ball at a Cage Finch's hands on that last play of the game that they ran on offense. And then it's loose on the ground. It's squirting around. And there's Brax Clough scooping it up. What did you feel like that second you saw Brax with the recovery?
I'm going to say it's the happiest moment of my life. It was insane. I just started jumping, started celebrating with my team, started hugging guys, and it was so hype. I mean, I love my boys.
How do you guys feel? You and the team. How do you feel knowing the history of Blue Ridge football? You go out, you see that, you see the wall up there that displays all the region and state championships in this great history of Blue Ridge football. What is the sense, knowing the history of the program with you and the guys on this team?
I mean, we look up to those teams. We pretty much talk about them every practice about how that's who we want to be. We want to be those teams that won, 13 state championships?
Yeah. And you know what? You guys are looking good. What a win for you and the team. And the confidence level must be so high right now for Blue Ridge, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Brecken. Enjoy the homecoming win, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
There's Brecken Sarche, everybody. And Brecken, part of a big-time win tonight for Blue Ridge. This win says so much about the health and the condition right now and where Blue Ridge is as a program, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it really does. I need to apologize to this Blue Ridge team. I came in thinking that Round Valley was the favorites here, and the way that these guys came out and just exerted their will and their dominance, even when things weren't going well, they didn't fold. They really did give Round Valley a headache even when things weren't going well for them.
Certainly did. And we congratulate them again on the victory here tonight over the Round Valley Elks. Taking a look at a couple of the take a look first of all at how about the schedule coming up for both of these teams as the Yellow Jackets go to 1-0 in the 3A Mountain region. The overall record is now is 3-2. 3-2. They end that 2-game losing streak that they found themselves slipped into. But while they were losing those 2 games, they played great football, and they kept things close. They made a first statement against Valley Christian by performing well on the road at their place, and then very close versus Chrisman last week and ultimately losing that game. But tonight, turning it back around and getting this big victory. So we congratulate the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets once again. And as we look down the road for what Blue Ridge has in store, the Yellow Jackets next week, they've got a bye week, so they're not going to play. Then on Friday, October 3rd, they are at the Payson Longhorns. Following that, they'll be home on the 10th of October against Apache Junction, and then they go on the road on the 17th to take on the Show Low Cougars. The next 3 games up on the schedule for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. For Round Valley, they will be playing next week. And that looks like, is that a what day is that? The 27th.
That would be a Saturday game.
That's next Saturday,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Does that make sense? A Saturday game next week for the Round Valley Elks? Well, that's something we need to pay attention to. It does appear that they do play next Saturday, the 27th, at home against the Payson Longhorns, and then it's a bye week for Round Valley before they host the Show Low Cougars on October 10th. I know for sure we're going to carry that Show Low Cougars game. I won't be there for that game. Show Low at Round Valley on that October 10th. I get to go watch my son play at Carroll University in Wisconsin that weekend.
That's awesome.
So my son's been injured.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that on the pregame show.
Kind of stinks, but he is going to play tomorrow. So he's a battler. He's a tough guy. He's going to get out there, dinged up as he is, and see if he can help the team out tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck to David tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you on that. I just wanted to throw that in. Let's see. That's what's up on the schedule for these two teams in the near future. The next 3 games for them. What a win tonight. If you were to looking back on this game, I mean, it's really hard to be a critic on anything, isn't it? Because both teams played so well tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, honestly, it really came down to just a few costly errors for both teams on both sides of the ball, but they were so few and far between that, as we saw, it was a one-possession game there at the end, and both teams have nothing to hang their heads on as they both played good, solid football. And if I'm Round Valley, I'm going back. Next week we've got a game against Payson. That's a great game to regroup. And for Blue Ridge, take this time, as we were talking about, Carlo Harris took a beating tonight, forcing his will to get into the end zone. So take a week, get rested up, because you've got a good schedule coming up after that.
No doubt about that. And I want to remind you of our next game broadcast. The next Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast is next Friday night. The Show Low Cougars hosting Apache Junction. And we'll have it for you a week from tonight as part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. Well, the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, also part of the Friday Night Football Show, is coming up in a little bit. I'm actually going to move from this location. I'm going straight to the studio since it's nearby, and I'm gonna do the show from that point. So you'll have about a 10-minute break between everybody. Get to listen to a little bit of music, whatever, and then rejoin as we do the Scores and Highlights show coming up here in just a little bit. Live from the studio, the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show is on the way in a few moments. I want to thank our great broadcast team for the job well done, led by our producer, Derek Simmons, and the rest of the guys on the staff. Well done, dudes. Well done. And I think Blue Ridge is going to appreciate the work done as well. You guys really turned in a great. They worked hard on the field, and the Sports Zone team worked hard in the production as well. For my broadcast partner, you want to roll that outro there? Or, that'd be okay. Yeah, let's get that thing going. For my broadcast partner, Trey Schneider, this is Floyd Simmons reminding you of the final score, everybody, tonight. Blue Ridge has defeated Round Valley 25-21. We'll see you next week from Show Low High School. Until then, and for the rest of the team, Floyd Simmons saying, God bless you, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and good night. Good night from Blue Ridge High School.